Okay.
Here we go.
Fun.
All right. Maybe another
Today,
short session. We'll
hopefully,
see.
we commit murder.
Hopefully today.
You know, with this group, I don't know anymore. I
We're
really
gonna-
don't
Any
know.
of the groups. The
We're
only
gonna-
group guaranteed to commit murder is the Monday group.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm not in any of those groups. So
All right. Anyhow, recap from last week, and then let's get into this.
Right, yeah, open notes.
I can tell you right now, you guys went to this world Zombarion. You had a look around. You found the Friend family shop being run by Calder's brother-in-law. And you tried to track down some information that... I mean... You got some information.
Information was received. It may not have been useful, but we got information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked to sort of last one. We talked to Valarian about potential contacts. People in Shining Citadel itself. Just gave an update on the whole situation with the Queen. Might be sorry. Ask him if there's any good way to keep collateral to a minimum or something like that. He recommends maybe fighting in the plains and not in the city, but that's easier said than done. Again, we see if there's any points of contacts we can get in the town, but he says that keepers are more for shrines and out in the wild than actually in cities. But we potentially do get one in Citadel. And we're given the note to look for them in the market district with a pink shirt or sash, something pink.
Mhm.
Get a general understanding of the layout of the city. It's sprawling and kind of was a build as you go setup. I don't know who's coughing, but maybe mute.
Sorry, every time I stop coughing, I start coughing again after.
just mute for the thing if you're not then. Eventually, Alsana, after the talk with Falaria, invites the rest of the group, lets everyone know stuff that's going on. We ask Alistair about Umbarian if he has any information. If Umbarian, sorry, has any information on the Citadel, which was just wonderful. What wonderful use of time in the long run. All last session, just great. Just GM was over the moon. There's a library open to the public as well. We get the name of an alchemist. Felix keeps potions. We also
This is fun.
we also at some point realized we should probably have some sort of disguise for going into either Umbarion or Citadel. But that's dealt with, and I think we just give ourselves like a change of outfit slightly at least.
Yeah.
We got on the boat to Umbarion. Takes about part of a day. Go to the library first. Alsana gets a map about Citadel, so she at least has a basic understanding of the movement and is not about to get lost in there. King researches weapons and stuff made and traded in Citadel. Alsana looks up histories on looks up history in Citadel. There's a few things, but nothing that matters. Go to the Alchemist, with a stop by the friend residence, just to give a glance. Apparently the brother-in-law is running it right now. We find Felix, and he doesn't have any extremely rare materials, but he has the more common and uncommon. Alsana talks to him about the whole dust spell scenario while the rest of the group just does some window or actual shopping. Apparently, just for things that are brought back by Duskbell, applying more regular Duskbell might just sort that stuff out as a potential. Alsana then borrows his
Alsana
facilities and distills some Deathbell into salves. which the numbers were later mixed up on, but something to keep in mind for the future. We head out from Umbarian to Deep Thicket in the evening. Meet with the Chief Warden again. King gets his sword back. Seems all nice. We give her the information going on, and oh wait, there's a scry. It was on Alaris apparently. And then Alsana, and we try to scry back on Alsana. It doesn't work. Scry on Alaris. It does work. Get some back and forth between the Mirror Alsana and Mirror Alaris. Apparently Alsana has never seen Deep Thicket before. Though she apparently gave a look in, apparently she's, or at least she doesn't know it's Deep Thicket. She's not sure where things were. She hasn't seen the Warden before. And we also get the fun revelation that after a while, the Mirror Alsana sees Alsana scrying in, rips it away, and turns out she's basically turning it back on us and has been the whole time. So we dispel that again. And that was most where the session ended, us agreeing to sleep in the Warden's room to not risk any further scrying bullshit.
Alright, so we left off with you all taking a long rest. We're going to pick up with you waking up the following morning. It is now the 9th day of Harvest Dawn, the day that you agreed you would scry in on the main servant of Queen Emelyn, Lisa, in the Shining Citadel. About 4 p.m. mid-afternoon, she will make herself available and make sure that she is near a suitably large tree at the time. Or at least that was the arrangement made a couple of days before.
Yes.
However, you guys have the morning and about half the afternoon in Deep Thicket. If you want to get up to anything specific, if not, you could help out setting further traps, making further preparations.
Oh, we're full long rested, right?
You are full long rested.
Okay, just gets up, morning stretch, looks around inside the very small room which we're all sleeping, and well, time for extreme acts of violence, or
Perhaps. Alsana will, if she can for the day, again, just help out with general druid stuff without expending any of her spell slots. Wait
Okay.
till we get to the point in that day.
Alright. Do all of you stay together?
At this point, I'd imagine, with the scrying shit going on.
yeah, just to make things easy.
Alright. So there's a little clump of you moving around in Deep Thicket, helping with various things. Occasionally, Alsana and Alaris, Kane and Calda are the ones busy helping because they're doing heavy lifting work, and there's not really much else in the vicinity for you to do, but you've got to stay close with the lanterns, so there's not too much going on. Occasionally, the rest of you, Alsana is busy doing something magical, but you have to stay close, and you can't go off and lift and carry things distances. It makes things a little bit awkward, a little bit slow, but you stick together for safety's sake. At one point, the head keeper, about mid-morning, comes up to you and taps you and beckons and says, "You'll want to see this. Outsiders don't get to see it very often. Follow me." She takes you out to that outer ring of platforms where you'd first encountered Nishandra. Maybe not exactly the same place, but that same first line of defense structure. She takes you up. She takes you along at a short distance, and then she points out and downward through the trees. You all look, and more or less in order of passive perception, Alsana first, and then running down the line, you notice movement through the trees. And then you start to pick up some sounds, rustling of leaves, cracking of sticks and branches. The occasional huff, snort, or bellow. And you realize that there is a herd of absolutely enormous elk moving between the absolutely enormous foliage. Really, out there, it almost looks like it's to scale, just maybe a bit closer than it actually is. You see them shoving branches aside, walking through. They're moving in a clump, much like you have been. And as you watch, you see, for a moment in the midst of the herd, a flash of white. And for just another moment, the herd clears enough that you all see a massive, even compared to the others it is around, pure white stag. It lifts its head and seems almost to look you all in the eyes. And it turns away and continues on with the herd. After a few minutes, all is quiet again. And the head watcher, the head warden, sighs, folds her hands on top of her cane, and nods. They will help with the defenses. They are perhaps not as powerful as your average dragon, per se, but they are formidable in their own right.
And beautiful.
Friends like that, I guess, who needs enemies?
Oh, you should see the wolves.
Actually
I would
wouldn't
love
mind,
to.
although
I believe they may be on the southern end.
Do they like treats?
They don't forbear much contact, but admire them from a distance, and they will allow that. Come, this way. She takes you further around. She shows you the passage along the way of what she says are some of the giant boar that live here. There are gashes, probably about 6-7 feet up the trunks of some of these trees that she says are from their tusks. There's trampled earth, a little bit of a large heap of scat at one point. You don't actually see any of them, but the signs that they were there are clear enough, and they point to how enormous these beings are. Further along, she points out where the wolves have been. Even further, and you actually see a couple of them slinking through the underbrush. They pay no mind to you, simply disappear into the shadows. Large enough to ride as a horse, you would imagine, but nowhere near tame enough. The chief warden tells you along the way that these are not beings that they call upon lightly or often. These are a line of defense that are only called in need, and only when it is their own home, their own lives that are potentially equally threatened.
okay, but is anyone else considering how terrifying one of those things would be with Calda on their back with the glaive? Like, I don't think anything could stand up against that.
Let's manage expectations.
Oh, it doesn't need to be done right now or at any point in the future. The image is horrifying and kind of impressive.
The hunters of the forest are proud. They would not be so willing to bear one upon their backs. But who knows, perhaps, if you were persuasive and forthright and able to speak to them freely, one may make an exception. But that is not a thought for now. For now. Come. Let us finish attending to matters out here. There is a little time left yet before you have to leave, I believe. Would anybody like to, again, get up to anything specific before Alsana does her scry on the servant?
Yeah, I think Kane's just gonna help out where he can, and just whenever he's given time just to sit free, he just continues to work on that sword.
Okay. You make a little bit of progress. Not enough to call it done, but it counts for something. So then, after a long day, but hopefully a productive and inspiring one, Alsana, the appointed time comes.
Mm-hmm.
You pull out the mirror, you focus on the description you were given, the name, the position that this person holds. It's scant information to scry on, but you make the attempt, cast the spell, and it goes through easily, without a sign of resistance. You see reflected in the mirror, before your eyes, a roughly just before middle-aged woman. Her hair pulled back into a simple ponytail, wearing a plain dress, but dyed a vibrant green color, pacing in a wide yard, just barely in fuzzy detail in the background. You can see what looks like a structure, a small building of some kind, a house with a covered awning of sorts, perhaps not a shed, but a covered outdoor area that's open at the walls. And just beside where she paces, kind of twisting what looks like a scroll of paper in her hands, you see a tree. Looks like an oak. Large enough to suit. So, you have your tree, you have your person. She seems to be waiting. Nobody seems to be around her from the time that you scry. Would you like to spend the full 10 minutes watching, or is it just going to be
She'll
a
take
quick
a
look and go?
couple
Okay.
minutes just to
Alright.
make sure.
Right. She seems to pace back and forth. She frequently looks around, looks up at the sky as if gauging the position of the sun. Looks at the tree. Paces around again. At one point, she goes over to a barrel at the corner of the house, dips a ladle in, takes a drink, and goes back to pacing.
At that point, she'll end the scry and go, alright, I've got our location.
Are we going in full weaponry decked out, or are we?
I would recommend not.
Okay.
Also, I would imagine we dealt with this before this exact moment.
Regardless, I might as well ask now. Kane will shift his weapons around and just what he has available.
Alright.
Sana will basically recommend everybody that if you can go in like less conspicuous armor. Like Alsana might well switch back to her leather, just
In
to
that case,
have it be
Kane
subtle.
Kane will take the breastplate back, put that on instead then.
Okay.
And he'll switch to normal shield.
Chainmail. How well could Calda cover up chainmail?
Hmm. You could probably put some sort of article of clothing over it, a large enough tabard, a vest would fit over it well, but it would leave the sleeves out, of course. A cloak, a big sweater. It'd be the jingliest sweater ever.
Thing
Mm-hmm.
to the fell steel orb.
Say that again, John?
What were you doing with the
Um,
fell steel?
Alaris can turn the crossbow just into a fell steel orb, so it's easy to conceal.
All right.
What's
So it just does
Alaris's
that.
armor?
Alaris's armor is currently studded leather, so that's not hard to cover.
You're also. I need to get you also better armor.
Huh?
Nothing good.
Yeah. I have a 15 armor class,
Need to
but I
you a
never
better
get in
armor.
range of anything that really hurts me. And even if I do, I have a decent amount of HP.
I know. Just,
I've yeah.
to be
Why you
fair,
gotta
we're
be
all
so
just above the
meta,
rest.
Conrad?
What, because Kane looks at his friends and thinks they need armor?
Little pedantic little twat hammer.
Also, we're all
Alright.
above the less, but also, we have the ability to heal every turn as a bonus action.
Pedantic little twat hammer that he is.
All right. I'll say that
Also,
just
John, do
with
you even have proficiency with medium?
With medium, I do.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
blade pact.
I'm a hexblade.
Or hexblade sorcerer. Or warlock, whatever the fuck he is. He has a new proficiency.
I have a medium armor and shield proficiency, which is why the Felsteel orb can turn into a shield if need be.
regardless, you guys probably would be able to cover up Calda's chainmail at least a little bit. I'm sure somebody has a spare bit of cloak or material in there that they can
Yep.
jury
Kane just has a
rig
fancy
fashion.
sweater.
Yeah, we do our best to not make ourselves look conspicuous.
Hmm.
Despite the masks.
Yep, that's the fun part, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Big hoods.
So, having taken probably 15 minutes or so just to do a last minute check of weapons and armor.
I assumed we did this beforehand. I was just trying to keep it going.
Fair. Alright. In that case, having taken that 15 minutes before scrying,
Yes, we're not letting this poor girl wait
Mhm.
this long.
Yeah. So, you know.
alright, you've got a plethora of very, very, very large trees to choose from in your immediate vicinity. You know where your target is.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Alsana will cast transport via plants.
Alright. The tunnel opens up in the side of an enormous tree. You hear the chief warden behind you. Farewell. And be safe as you charge on through one after another, knowing that this is a 6-second window and there is no dallying for conversation. You emerge out into brighter light than was in this forest in the deep thicket. Given the canopy there, even midday tends to be a little darker, dappled, shadowy. This is open. There is a large oak tree, yes, it's casting its shade, however, the area around it is lit up by bright daylight. And once you're out, Alsana, you get a clearer view of the surroundings. The rest of you see the area for the first time. You seem to be in the yard of what looks like a blacksmith on the edges of the citadel, outside of the main walls. Far enough that it won't catch surrounding buildings on fire too easily if something should go horribly awry, but close enough to service the immediate area.
Every time you say Citadel, I get scared that we end up in the mountains somehow, because Citadel in my head is just mountains to the east.
Sorry, this one is completely mountainless. And you see Lisa spin around. For once, she'd had her eyes off the tree as she paced. But she hears your footsteps, turns, looks surprised, almost a little scared, but then it clears as she says, "Oh, you're the ones.
Good evening.
Hello.
It could be better. There have been complications.
Oh, please, do tell.
Maybe
Uh,
we can speak privately.
Inside there, I've paid the smith to give me use of this and not ask questions. He'll be away drinking that off for the rest of the evening."
All right.
All right. Calda, make sure or not Calda, but whatever name we're using, make sure the lantern's on.
The lantern, as ever, is shining brightly. So, Lisa leads the way into the blacksmith's small house. You file in. It doesn't look like this place is built or furnished with a large group in mind. Whoever the smith is seems to very likely live on his own. He has a single chair next to a table, a single stool by the fire. But one way or another, you can find things to perch on or walls to lean against. As Lisa stops kind of almost throttling this roll of papers in her hands and unclenches her fingers and then puts the scroll down on the table. And you can see there, as it kind of wobbles, it almost seems to be multiple sheets of paper rolled up into a single scroll. She says, I'm not sure exactly where to start. There's those. Chronologically. It's been... One part of it's been gradual. Her Majesty was able to tell me of you, give me these instructions, tell me what to do. But she's grown weaker the past day or two. She slept more and more, and apparently it's because she refused to take that potion.
Nods. Is this the ingredients?
Among other things. The one on the outside is the ingredients, but the others, that's another complication. Because this morning, the Alliance spoke with the Council. And, well, perhaps you should just see. She reaches for the scroll and unrolls it. And on the surface of the top sheet of paper, you see Kane's masked face. Wanted, dangerous. Submit information to the Council. Do not approach.
Well,
The next sheet down is the mask that Calda is wearing. The same information.
Yep.
The next one is Elaris' mask. The last one, Alsana's. Not your own faces, of course. Merely the masks that you were given to wear. The warnings run along the lines of the armed and dangerous, potentially magically inclined for some of them. There is unspecified reward for information leading to either death or capture, but also warnings that no bounty hunter should be foolish and approach you alone. There is also information that the faces beneath the masks cannot be trusted, that you are deceptive. And full of very particular tricks. including potentially shapeshifting or stealing the faces of others.
I'll just kind of look at it to everyone and just, well, considering technically our face is already known here, and we're not
No.
hostily wanted, we could just remove the masks.
No.
Well, then our other option is to sneak around. What are the
So,
odds
that was
there's-
already our option.
Oh yes, I'm aware of that, but without the masks on, they won't recognize the look at someone
We
who's
will
shapeshifted.
not
I'm just
leaving
responding
a
to
mask
Calder.
off.
Devin, I'm just responding to Calder because we have it on delay. It just says, oh, sorry, never got your name, Miss
Lisa,
Lisa. What are the odds there are servant passages we'd be able to use in the castle?
there are some, but we use them, and frankly, it could get a little, awkward is one word that springs to mind, but insufficient. If you were seen by your average laundress or kitchen boy in the back halls, is there anything you can do? Can you shift your faces to look like anything nondescript? Anything that might appear...
I can change my form.
I think only she can.
I'm sorry, I'll do what I can to help.
What are the
I truly
whereabouts
will.
of the Nightingales right now?
Oh, that would be another complication. One of them, the man of the two, I cannot remember his name, I'm sorry. He's still here. He is working with the council, apparently, and, probably keeping an eye on things and making sure that Her Majesty takes the potion, though she doesn't want to, so that she can regain her strength, or so they say. The apothecary, the alchemist, she left very early this morning. Their military escort is still here. She went by magic, I believe. However, I was able to get the recipe, the ingredients for the potion, so you can look at it and see if there's anything perhaps that shouldn't be there that Her Majesty should worry about.
Please.
She pulls the bottom sheet out and hands it to you.
Someone cast guidance on herself.
All right. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check with your proficiency from the alchemist's kit.
Okay, so an alchemy check.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure how you had it set up, so yes. There your guidance on
Alaris
there.
is going to use his Mask of Many Faces to swap over to look like a male version of Aurora.
Nice! I didn't realize you had that. Very
I
good.
didn't.
Okay. All right,
That was-
27 on the alchemy. So while Alaris goes ahead and changes up his appearance beneath the mask, Alsana, you give a thorough read over the ingredients. Most of them you recognize as very basic potion structural things. Binding agents, stabilizers, empowerers, things that are added to a potion in order to make it work as a potion, in order to make it cohesive, as opposed to anything that has its own effect. However, once you cross those off mentally, you pick out a few things that have various effects that you think would apply to this. There's some stuff that might strengthen the body or increase vitality. Interestingly, also things that weaken the hold certain magics may have upon a person, particularly abjurations of various kinds, but potentially also evocations. You think this might have something to do with the effect it has against the Dusk Bell, against that magical effect that creates a bar against any sort of resurrection or necromancy. And there's also perhaps one or two that actually would get in the way of necrotic harm or influence. Basically, you could make these ingredients into a potion of necrotic resistance, but in larger concentrations than you see here. This potion alone wouldn't grant resistance. It would. There is no numerical value for it or numerical use for it, but in effect, it's basically like almost a quarter resistance in a way. Um, and most of these things, all put together, seem like they would combat exhaustion, like a hyper powerful caffeine. And like a hyper powerful caffeine, it's possible that it could become addictive if taken for far too long. It wouldn't be immediate. It's not something like you take one drink of this and you're never going back, but if you come to rely on it like a painkiller, it could become a problem. Also, you note that this potion apparently would lose effect if a dose is skipped. Basically, this is something that is somewhat additive over time um, in terms of what it's meant to do, which is probably why she was told to take doses for an entire week. Otherwise, if she cuts it short, if she stops, it's like taking an antibiotic, but not finishing your prescription on it because you feel better. It gives a chance for what it's fighting to rally, regroup, and come back stronger, and basically render the whole thing null and void.
Mhm.
You would also note on a 27 that some of these ingredients are somewhat rare, and one of them in particular really only grows in the dragon spine. Which
Mhm.
means that, in effect, um, unless you were able to source something through Galgea, very likely the Nightingale Alliance is going to be the only source for the ingredients for this potion.
Yep. Also, I just glances it and reads it and nods and just. They've conjured themselves up something that. Well, it doesn't alchemically bring her will away. It certainly does it effectively. It's a medicine to help her out, but it's one that is made in a way that is lightly addictive, but more importantly, can only be made by them. This might be something to keep her subservient, not in alchemical charms, but in scarcity and desperation. They know exactly what they're doing with this.
Should she not be taking it? Is it as she feared?
I would have to leave that decision to her. And I'd be wanting to give her a more in-depth breakdown in person.
She woke long enough to have the need for the doses impressed upon her and to take one today, but she's been sleeping since, and that was earlier this morning. Though I will say that much of this afternoon I've been out. I don't know if she's woken since then.
Getting my hands on a proper sample of it might help, but
Had I known, I would have at least brought the
it would
bottle.
be difficult. But it's if she needs more energy to herself, then that's her choice to make to take it. But it is something that is built and machinated to make her reliant upon it, not to rip her will away alchemically, but again through scarcity and desperation. And I suppose that's up to her if that's something she would want to continue with.
I will let my lady know everything that you've said if you cannot say it to her. As for the Nightingale, I can try to get you into the castle. I'll do my best, but have you any ideas? And Alsana, at that point, with your 20 passive perception, I believe,
Mhm.
you pick up the sound of a slight creak at the door, as of somebody's foot on a floorboard. You turn and you see a man standing in the doorway, armored, armed, with the appearance and dress of a knight of Bridwen. Standing there, looking in, with scars across his face, a little bit of stubble on his jaw, and he says, "You might not be of much help, but perhaps I can be of more." And he
I'm
looks to
glad that
each of
was the
you in
first thing
turn.
he said, because I almost started
Yeah.
stabbing him.
Yeah, Alsana like raises a hand up. You're going to want to explain quickly here. I'm sure you understand you're at a very disadvantageous position for yourself right now.
Are you on the side of Her Majesty, Queen Emmeline?
There's a head nod.
Are you here to oust those Nightingale Alliance people?
Rather
Right.
readily.
He nods. Then
Lisa, do you know
I
this man?
would be on your side. He turns to Lisa and she nods. Sir Anselm, um, I'm sorry, I know this looks very suspicious, but I assure you, and he holds up a hand, I heard enough. I heard enough to be certain of that much at least, and I know that you, of all people, would not betray her confidence. This is something she requested of you. And Lisa nods. You need to look less suspicious. I had a feeling something was wrong, and I actually feared more for your safety than anything else. So I followed you. I very nearly stopped and left, except that you looked very worried. And no wonder. The council would be most displeased, especially being led around by the noses as they are.
Lisa, can you give the same trust to this man that he seems to have in you?
She nods. Sir Anselm is one of the foremost knights of Bridwen. He is absolutely loyal, and Her Majesty has always held him in high esteem. You see the knight actually a small smile quirks at the corner of his mouth, and he ducks his head a little bit, pleased despite himself.
Kane's gonna give a glance to Olsana and just go, "Can you do a quick check of spells on him?"
I was just about to. Alsana's gonna start the ritual for detect magic. If you'll give us a small bit and we can talk while I do this, but understandably, precautions need to be taken with you just kind of wandering in there, which might also say you're rather light on your feet for being armored.
It's more common than you think.
I've had a fair bit of practice. He enters and makes sure that the scant door is settled shut behind him.
Just watch those floorboards.
I decided it was time to make myself known anyway. So, you need access to a certain Nightingale. Or should I wait to discuss that until after you have checked for magics?
I believe they expect it of us already if this is the current state of things, and Alsana kinda like shakes one of the wanted posters.
Real fast. Kane's just gonna do a quick check around for any sensors, any people listening in, just really fast.
Alright, you've got the lantern, you check up the corners of the ceiling, the lantern light very easily fills this space. You do not see any glowing orbs, no scrying. Do you plan on doing a more manual check outside for further eavesdroppers, or just...
More just a perception check, listening in,
Okay.
help smelling if it helps.
Go ahead and roll perception then.
Nothing great.
Calder, if you'd like Mori to do a spin, I know he often does. Alright, go ahead and roll the owl perception. Kane, you give a look, you give a listen, but aside from the fair amount of certainty that you have due to the lantern that there are no scrying orbs in eyesight, you don't pick up on anything else. Mori does a quick loop around the outside of the building, and does not see or hear anybody out of the ordinary. Again, the blacksmith is just a little bit removed from the rest of this particular neighborhood. So there's a comfortable distance between this structure that you're all in and anybody who might be passing by on the outside. Alsana, you finish up the detect magic spell. And aside from the various bits of magic that you would expect from yourself and your companions, the knight and the servant both come up clean.
Just kind of like walks around the two of them. Well, if either of you are the more traditional kind of traders, I must say, good show so far. But I'm hoping I can trust the both of you properly. She'll like pull one of the seats over and take a seat. Yes, we're looking for a very permanent end to those nightingales, mainly the 4 leaders.
In that case, I think I can help with one of them.
The one currently here?
Tundrafist, I believe. Yes. I know something of a few of his habits. And I have just enough pull to be able to get Pridwin's own guards out of the way, should there be a time and a place that would suit. Now, I can't make guarantees for his guards. They may be in the vicinity.
They've signed on for themselves a bit, being with them.
I think he was more concerned for our safety, not the guards. But,
Also shrugs.
Yeah, I think you'll find we're relatively capable.
Though combat between us and him might be a bit large scale, and we've promised the Queen to keep collateral to a minimum.
Yeah, it's not unusual for magic or arrows to go stray, so yeah. Our priority is to do it somewhere in a place that no one who has nothing to do with this will get hurt.
In that case, the offer changes perhaps a bit from simply getting Pridwin's own guards out of the way to arranging them in such a manner and giving them such orders that they keep everybody else out of the way as well.
That would be ideal.
It would be.
Perhaps even just for consideration. If they have reason to believe that these shapeshifters they're looking for have taken the face of Thunderfist, well, they could accuse the one who stands in the room, and obviously not referring to us, but to other Alars, because I don't know how to make that clear, might be in disguise, and, well, needs to be personally investigated.
I fear that may not be so simple. When they made the news of shapeshifters clear, I was given to understand that they each made an agreed upon sign with the various members of council, so that they would not be hindered. That being said, those habits I mentioned. This one has one of taking evenings in a certain courtyard. He will walk about alone, sometimes sit, sometimes read, sometimes he seems to cast some sort of magic, perhaps communication. He is left alone there. He never takes visitors or even messengers. A handful of guards will stay about the perimeter. He doesn't stay hours there. You would have a small window, but it is at least a certainty that after dinner he will be in that location, and it is fairly easy to clear out.
Hopefully with a bottle of wine halfway drank.
I haven't gotten the impression of him as a drunkard, but perhaps a gift can be made. Alternatively, I could potentially get you into the guest room that he is staying in. Fighting would be cramped. You would not have a lot of room to maneuver if that is your preference. The courtyard is open air.
Open air might be preferable. And also looks at the group. How about each of you?
Whatever is away from the most people I'm happiest with. If the corridor means that we can comfortably block off both ends so no one else is at risk, then I would prefer that.
Now, you mentioned the council being led around by their nose. Clearly you understand our intentions, so what would the fallout be here? Would we have to get our butts out of town as quickly as possible?
Very likely.
Maybe
Unless the queen is able to awaken and shall we say, intercede on your behalf and put an end to this, then it may not be necessary. However, if she is resting more and resting currently, she may not be in a position to do so.
Also, I'm
maybe
kind of like,
just as a quick, just in case, our alchemist over here can make a fast list of what those ingredients do, and in the worst case scenario, one of you two can deliver it to the queen so that she can have full knowledge of what the tonic she's ingesting is.
Lisa lifts a hand. You explained some of it. I think that I can give
I'll
you
give
her
him-
word. Give her your words.
I'll give a more properly written note, perhaps, if you trust yourself to deliver it and not just
Oh.
the information in your head.
If you'd prefer that, here, just use the back of that sheet.
Mhm.
Unless you need it for reference.
I can copy down.
There's also the back of one of the wanted posters.
That'd be fun.
I suppose, and she flips over her own.
There's a fun irony to that.
Just,
I was like, Kane also has a shit ton of paper still.
Yeah, that too.
I'm sure I don't need to tell her, but I do hope she burns this afterwards.
I'll suggest it.
And also, we'll just basically write down notes on things and observations she's made before. And also a suggestion that, basically a note at the bottom saying something to the effect of, it would take further study. I can't promise I can continue to reverse the effects of you being alive when things are fighting you to not be. But if there's some time for you to have, then she can perhaps continue with a more energizing and less dependent potion to help her out.
Okay.
But it would take a bit more research. And just like at the bottom, just like a nothing signature, like just a squiggle in the vague shape of one.
Okay.
Doctor's note. And just hands it over.
Yep, Lisa takes it, lets the ink dry, and then rolls it up. At that point, the knight looks to her and says, "You perhaps had best be getting home. Don't want to get mixed up in this any further than you already have."
How long do we have with that blacksmith?
Until, well, I suggested he stay out very late, perhaps even stay at a friend's. I'm not sure how early he intends to return in the morning.
Alright. Something to keep in mind.
If we aren't in a rush once Lisa leaves, um, should we check up on where our distant alchemist went, perhaps with Sir Knight over here once he's out of the room, so as not to implicate him as well?
I don't know what she does, I can simply end it early.
Yes, but let's avoid being around him as much as possible, just in
That's
case.
fair. Alright. Well, first, oh brave knight, would you have a place for us to hide ourselves longer than just this evening?
Yes.
My own estate, perhaps. And I may have a way for you to move unnoticed.
Oh.
It may take me some time, but surely not more than this one evening. If I can get you the uniforms of guards, and if you walk with me as such, you won't be questioned on your own.
That might well work.
Helmets won't cover your entire face, but enough of it that it shouldn't be too questionable.
I can take the form of a beast if needed.
Useful.
Perhaps a sweet little dog.
And my friend here, that's the shoulder of Alaris, can change his own personal face.
Does Lars still have disguise self?
Does who?
Does Lars still have disguise self?
He has mask of many faces.
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't sure if they ever swapped it out.
No.
So the main one would be those two who, well, are already in armor, so that might work well.
He kind of eyes up Calda and Kane, nods for after a moment. I think that I can find something your sizes. The halfling may prove a little more difficult, but we have a few.
Worst case scenario, if we have half an hour or so, we've got a needle and thread.
You wouldn't.
It's the leather that would prove difficult, I believe.
Maybe not.
You wouldn't happen to
Pat
have
Colt on
like
the shoulder.
a noble hound or steed or a messenger falcon or something you often walk around with in the public, do you?
Walk around within public? No.
Worth a try.
And what's to stop you from turning into a flea?
Thanks for a sec. One misstep and I explode out.
Well, as long as you're sitting on someone's head, I don't think you'll be stepped on.
I'm not about to risk that, and moreover, I'd like to have more personal agency if I can.
Maybe a cockroach then?
How would I turn you into one?
I mean, it would save the issue. I'm a lot harder to hide.
I don't have that spell today, unfortunately. And that only lasts for about an hour.
You know. Would you be able to turn into a cat?
Nods. I was partially planning on it already.
If you would deign to be carried, I could simply make the claim, if anybody asks, that I need a new mouser for the kitchens.
Only if you're gentle with me.
I will endeavor to do my best. I believe you needed me out of this place as you were going to attempt some magic or other.
Before we do so, shall we try to decide on which location we plan to do combat in, and what
I would
you can make
prefer the
work towards
courtyard.
it? As I said, as long as there's no casualties, I'm happy, and I didn't get anything from Calder or Laris.
John? Are you there?
Yeah.
You're getting a little static. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. Calda prefers the courtyard. Do you have a preference between courtyard or bedchambers?
Not really.
Okay.
Probably courtyard.
I guess we're more likely to be near a tree if we need to. Courtyard.
Is there a large tree in the courtyard by any chance?
1 second while I check this.
True.
I imagine.
Not on the map. 1 second.
Wait, yeah, is that a tree?
Mm,
There we go.
no, not in that courtyard. Says that you'd have to get clear of the wall, and perhaps a little ways outside you would find a large tree, but
As long as it's not out of the town, though. My goodness, your place, your town needs more landscaping.
there are some beautiful trees. They just aren't the behemoths that you see outside of this smithy.
And considering it's a rather low brush plain, I'm not sure how common it is around here.
No, but people like to plant their trees.
The trees may not like to grow. But regardless, yes, I think the courtyard will work then.
Very well. In that case, I'm off to procure some uniforms. Stay here. I will be back within an hour, perhaps 2 at the most.
Try not to look suspicious like the servant.
I never do.
And the least amount of time possible as we're around him is probably for the best. So the more time we spend moving directly to we need to get done and away from you, the better. So if you need a delay to make that more efficient, please do.
I will make some calculations on the way. With that, Sir Anselm heads out, shutting the door behind him, and you are left alone in this little blacksmith's shack. So, you had some plans?
Might as well try to scry Osana.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not certain for the sending stone. I'm worried he's gonna get off.
He's gone now either way.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, but hopefully Osana, if she used tree stride, she's somewhere near trees.
anyways, also I don't have tree stride prepared. Yep, can we, is it just a single room, this house, or?
It is just a single room. You can see the pallet of a bed in one corner. You can see the hearth on the wall, right next to the table, by the stool. There's a little bit of storage in another corner. It's not fancy living, but it's clean and decent.
Anyone have a large sheet by any chance?
Well, we all camp every day, so I imagine so.
Could we basically like set up like a smaller like tarp area in the room?
Would you like to set up one of your tents?
No, not even. I think just have her sit in the corner on the bed, and we hold up a blanket so
Yeah,
she can't be seen from the
yeah,
outside. and can't
just
see
so
us
the
from
room
inside.
is nondescript.
Okay. All right, I'm pretty sure you can pull something together. Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
All right.
I hand Lars like a short sword to hold up one end of the cloth with, and I'll hold up the other.
Just tie something to the rafters, for God's sake.
Well, just this way we can shift who's been underneath if we need to.
Sana will take out the mirror.
Okay.
She's gonna try to scry on herself.
All right. Let me go ahead and get that wisdom saving throw. All right.
And the lamp will be right beside her.
Yep. You've got your basically +2 to your DC, sorry. So it's 20, is it 21 for you?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. You focus on the mirror, cast the spell. Unfortunately, you only see your own face. It seems that she resisted it this time.
So yeah, no go. off. Great. Alright, well, maybe leave the thing hanging from the rafters just so the room stays nondescript in case something shows up to us.
Okay.
If possible, all four of us will just kind of sit there waiting.
Okay.
I take it the scribe failed.
Yep.
Alright.
All right. You pass some time, and after about an hour and a quarter or so, there is a light tap, tap, tap outside the door, and a voice. Are you in there? It's me.
Alsana pushes Alaris, who has the different face, forward.
The door creaks open. He peeks in, his arms full of a couple of bundles, sees you all in there, nods, and then kind of squeezes himself in and shuts the door. Right. I think I scrounged up something that should fit the two of you.
In here, if you would. Points to the sectioned off area.
Oh. You work quickly. And with forethought. Here. For you first. And he hands to Calda a bundle. Basically, it is a guard's, almost more of a quilted, padded armor rather than pure leather, though it has some leather buckles, belts, and basically bits and pieces for further padding. There is a leather cap with a metal helmet that goes over top. It's one of those that has the gap around the eyes, and then the bridge of the nose is covered by a bit of metal, and then the helmet folds around the cheeks as well.
They're reforming the Dawn God.
Exactly what I was thinking. Is it padded armor?
Loosely speaking, however, I'm gonna say that you basically get the equivalent of leather armor out of that, I believe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, padded is just leather with disadvantage on stealth checks. So.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the disadvantage on stealth.
Okay.
It is your choice whether you would like to just wear the tabard over your chainmail or breastplate, however, but the padding is an option if you want to look even more the part.
Yeah. Kane's just gonna go with the full.
Okay.
Just go with the leather, basically.
Alright.
Alsana will ask the knight and just like, would Calden the chainmail attract much suspicion, or do gods sometimes customize the look?
Not often, but occasionally if you have somebody with hand-me-down or heirloom armor of a better make than the standard, you'll get them coming through with their own stuff.
Well, that is certainly that, so
She shouldn't stand out too much.
good.
I brought it just in case, though. Alright. So, Kane, you kit yourself out fully as a ordinary guard of Gridwin, though perhaps one that's slightly better armed than the norm, but he assures you
he
again
actually,
that...
he'll just have a normal shield and the +1 longsword. It just looks like a longsword, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so he'll keep that openly on his belt, and then he'll have the rod kept in rod form, basically held inside of his shield. So he
Okay.
can just grab it.
Sounds good. Sir Anselm does assure you that, as with the armor, sometimes there's an heirloom weapon that kind of gets brought along, though
Actually,
typically those guards have it only for show and rather than actual use.
would a spear be appropriate?
Spears are fairly common.
Yeah, he'll switch to the 6-foot spear with the rod then. He'll carry that.
Okay.
Because it looks, again, just like a spear, right?
Your sword will not be an issue. Your sword will be fine, Calda. You might get some looks, you might get a little bit of attention, but it's not going to be anybody going, hey, hang on a second, you're not a guard.
Where someone might go, hey, nice sword.
Yep, yeah, pretty much. It's, that
It's literally an heirloom sword, so.
Yes, that halfling, they've got to come from an interesting family.
Unless Alaris recognizes it, I doubt it.
Frankly, once Mirror Alaris gets close enough to recognize it,
Yeah.
he's probably got other things to think about, do you guys? But at least I would assume.
Sorry, I'm just double checking something. I can
Okay.
be at half my level, so I can be a cat for 7 hours.
Yep.
All right,
Druids.
druids.
And you could just use your second casting at the end to make it 14. So you are perhaps a kitty cat.
Perhaps.
And you go meow meow.
All right. Sir Anselm, after you finished disguising yourself in various ways, kind of points briefly at Calda and Kane. Guardsman, guardsman, escorting me with my guest. He points at Alaris, who is. Are you still looking like a male version of Aurora? John? John?
Uh, he's
I'm
not. I can
getting.
hear. I can see his thing lining up, but I can't hear him.
Yeah, there's static from his end. I don't know if it's mic issues.
Mike might be bad there, John.
I know we were having some trouble with it earlier.
Well, we'll get an answer at some point, I think.
Okay. Guest to Alaris, and then to Alsana, new cat.
Esteemed Mouser.
Esteemed Mouser. My apologies.
Maybe make yourself like a young cat too, just so he seems like the friendly, soft type. And
I will be an
otherwise-
adorable kitty. Thank you very much.
Well, that way, when they come by and they see a big, handsome knight carrying a very small, cute kitten, that will be the subject of attention.
I will be very cute.
Good.
He looks a little bit confused for half a second. Can you change your age as well as being an animal?
I can roughly choose the form of the animal.
Interesting.
It's more on things I know and understand, and I've seen a number of cats in my time.
Very well. In the meantime, we should be heading out. Have you made a choice between courtyard or chambers?
I think courtyard.
He nods. Very well. And I assume that you would wish to pass the time in my own estate, or would you like to head directly there? Dinner should be done in about an hour or so. Thunderfist should be in that courtyard by then. We can head straight there. It would minimize your chances of discovery.
Probably heading straight there then.
In
Whatever
that
keeps
case-
things subtle.
Needed.
In that case, let's go, and in the meantime, I will make the arrangements to have the area cleared out. In that case, perhaps you would not be my guest so much as somebody of import who wishes to speak with Tundrafist on Nightingale business as soon as he is available.
Although
Hence,
doesn't
I
he
am.
usually refuse guests you said when he's in there?
He does, but he finishes, and sometimes, if they are important enough, they wait.
What is the current go-to for people who might have information on us in the wanted posters? Who would they go to?
The council. Any member of the council, or, barring that, any guard or knight who can bring that information further up.
Okay. Because quite frankly, our presence here is going to be quickly known, so a lead into that would not exactly be detrimental, but
So in that case, we're taking off the masks.
no.
We can't be the guards in the masks.
You're wearing a helmet
Yeah.
right now. There is no mask on the helmet.
Keep,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
keep it on you, though.
I mean, for me and Calder, it doesn't really matter much because no one here has seen our face as far as we know. Alaris could have changed his face before he took off the mask, so the knight doesn't know what he looks
I
like.
mean,
and-
also getting the benefits of it.
No, I know. I mean, I'm talking, again, out of character. Just, Alaris could have taken...
Fine, out of character, I mean also the benefits of it.
That's fine. I'd rather us not be seen. We could put the mask on when we get there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Keep the mask
Um,
on you, not on your face.
Okay, gotcha. And yeah, obviously I'm not gonna throw it out. 'Cause
Yeah, but we're not gonna scramble into the bag for him.
Because the only people that have to get their faces seen is me and Calda. Because Alaris can transform before he takes it off, and you can turn straight to a cat. So,
My equipment goes with me.
Kane will take off his mask and put the helmet on, and basically be ready to go.
At some point, also, we probably do just ask the knight to step out while they're changing.
Well, I thought he was waiting behind the curtains.
Oh, well, yeah, he could be now. No, Alsana brought him into the curtains so that even if we were scryed on, only he would be seen and it'd be nondescript room.
Yeah, so yeah, we just changed there then.
Yep, have him step out. And, yep.
All right. So, are you ready to head out?
I believe so.
Sir
Um,
Anselm holds out a crooked arm as if offering it to a lady to you, Althana.
Yep. And she will take it and then into a cat.
Describe the
quick
cat.
question.
Yes?
Quick question from Calda.
Yes.
And
No, here, let me...
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
Anselm.
Sorry, there's
Oh,
an L in
now
there.
we can hear John.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Hello. That's good.
Oh,
You went
perfect.
quiet there.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I realized I hadn't written it.
Sir Anselm.
Yep.
My name's Chris Ansom. Why don't you have a seat over
Yeah.
there?
What?
I was thinking Ansem had done this too. Don't worry, John. Oh, could I be Roxas? I'm
No.
big. I think I look more like Alexius.
All right. So,
You're a goofy.
Alsana's a kitty
Cute.
cat. Are
Sexy
you
on-looking
your
motherfucker.
are you your normal adult black cat, or did you go for some a little more potato fuzzy?
Ooh, we
She.
got some echo from you, Ariel.
Yeah, you got the music there going, Ariel. No, Alsana is a smaller, younger, black cat with the white chest and little white paws.
Adorable.
His name is Tuxie.
Mittens. Yep. Sir Anselm kind of cradles you. Oh, that is cute.
I'm so glad you had that ready.
Kind of cradles the little kitten close, very carefully.
There's a little
Looks
mew.
down, looks at the paws. Mittens. Very well.
Yeah, you might want to turn your Roll20 music down for yourself there, Ariel. It's pretty bad.
It is way down. I barely hear it.
We just get echo every once in a while.
Yeah. Question, like, how's your headset plugged in? Like, to your
The
computer?
usual way. The headset, the
Yeah, is there-
MP3 jack, the sound. I don't know what it's called.
Like,
It's
it's
just-
like the jack, like the long thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, yep.
All right.
Alsana's kitty cat.
Alsana is a kitty cat. So, with a kitty and arm, 2 guards following, and a potential messenger or guest or something of the sort walking alongside him, Sir Anselm steps out into the light, taking you along, and he leads you through the city.
Oh, sorry, small thing I meant to ask. If we can
Yes.
roll back slightly, does anyone want a potions?
I've got one that I plan to take when we get there.
Who has cold resistance?
Only you, I think. And maybe also called it us?
Does Calda have cold resistance? Magic cold. Okay. Yep. Yes. Okay. So Alsana will give the potion of cold resistance to Kane.
And just, take it and...
Yep. Yeah. Just keep it on you. But if you see him start doing thing with cold, maybe there.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably better used on Alaris.
You're more likely to be getting hits.
I'm, basically, it's a lot harder to kill me, even if we had the same amount of HP. I have I have an 8 healing. I have dropped to 0 once. I can just ignore it. I have a bunch of stuff like that.
Mhm.
I also have 2 indomitables.
Fine, Larson. In that case, Alsana will give Kane the potion of fire breath.
Ah, there we go. That's good shit.
As I've had that one for a while.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We have,
Fire sword with fire breath.
we have a potion of invisibility.
I think let's save that for later.
Fair. We'll give.
Do we have a giant strength somewhere?
I think Calda either has it or used it. Oh.
I'm just gonna temporarily mute John. Okay.
I'm just looking through my stuff. Oh, I have a bead of force.
Ooh. Give that to Calda.
Calda, here's a bead of force.
Oh, you throw it.
Yeah, you whip it at someone. Use your action to throw the bead up to 60 feet. Explodes on impact and is destroyed. Each creature within 10-foot radius where the bead landed must succeed a DC 15 dex save. 5d10 force damage.
Yeah, there's no roll or anything, don't worry. Basically, my logic is you're a lot more likely to need a ranged attack than I am.
It's 60 feet. Also, Calda has Hellish Blast.
I mean, yeah. I have no problem with it.
Alright, so who has it?
Calda.
You know what? And I will give a vial of Guardian Naga poison to Kane and Alaris each. That is a DC 15 con save for 10d8 poison damage.
Yep.
And I will give Calda 2 vials of Spirit Naga, which is 7d8. Also DC 15. And also both of them are half damage on success.
Sweet.
Though I will recommend don't go applying them on your weapons all at once, because we don't know if this Alaris is like immune to poison or something.
Oh yeah, I'm just adding to the shit for later on. Alright, I am kitted up and ready to go. 70. 10, did you say it was?
For Caldas, yes, 70-10. Sorry, 78. My bad.
78? Okay. And then ours was 10d8?
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
DC 15 both.
Alright. Well, I'm good to go. I'm just setting up my sheet for later in case needed. If I can spell poison properly, that'd be nice. Yeah, so, anyone else need anything, or?
Question, Ariel.
Yes.
Oh, no.
We have the aboleth mucus.
Yes.
That gives someone water breathing exclusively
Yeah.
for 1 hour.
You wanna
What
use this
happens if
poison,
we
don't you?
slap it on someone?
You're a cruel motherfucker sometimes, you know that?
Let me see.
Because is that being ingested or what?
No, I'm pretty sure it's contact.
contact.
Let me just
Yeah.
double check. Let me double check that because I'm pretty sure.
'Cause I'm
it
just
is.
gonna look up an aboleth real quick.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
gonna
got
make
the
the
sheet here.
yeah, I'm gonna make the most fucked up water balloon of all time.
While underwater, a creature that touches it or hits it with a melee attack within 5 feet, Constitution saving throw, diseased, for 1d4 hours can breathe only underwater. All right.
Okay, if we ever need to torture someone, I know what we're doing.
No.
Dear God. All right, it's going to be a DC 14 Constitution saving throw if you slap it on somebody,
All right.
and you need to make sure you don't get it on your own skin. when you do so.
What? Water balloon, I'm telling you.
Mhm. It might be a thing for later.
Oh, wait, yeah, not for right now, but I love
yeah.
the idea.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering, what if you put that in a smoke bomb?
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yes.
I'm going to say that once it disperses over a large area, it loses effect
All right.
fairly quickly. At the very least, it's a lower con save. Just because while this thing is meant to be in a cloud around the aboleth, it's meant to be in a cloud around the aboleth underwater, being pretty much constantly produced, more or less.
Okay.
Uh,
I might make a squirt gun out of it then.
yeah, you're gonna do better with it in a concentrated dose.
All right. Yep, might be worth more, like putting it in an egg or something. Okay.
You know those,
Or
you know those
the
fucked up
gills.
you know those fucked up water, not water balloon, snowballs people pour water on to make it like ice? I want to do that with Kane's snowball and make that the aboleth snowball.
That's terrible. Do. I think that's everything for you guys.
Yep. I got some fun shit. I have a +3 spear with his name on it, so.
Yep. All right. That'll be it for now.
All right. So, you are led through the Shining Citadel by the Knight of Pridwin.
Or carried.
Still an escort.
You were escorted through the city. You see a very well-kept city. A bit of a sprawl in some areas. The streets are not perfectly aligned. They kind of meander, cross over each other, cut into side alleys that connect two disparate streets behind a bunch of buildings that have sprung up in the meantime. It's contrary to its name, the Citadel, the city itself, is not built of any sort of pure white stone. In fact, it's actually somewhat colorful. There are reddish stones and bricks here, bluish ones there. Some places are actually plastered and painted with various patterns and designs. It's not the complete riot of color and sound and art and music that is Windsor, but the Shining Citadel holds its own in that area. However, the castle up on the hill is the part that really shines. That is what is built of white stone. And as you approach up the winding streets, and it fills more and more of your vision looming overhead, you can see age in the lines of the construction. You see strength, you see something that has weathered a great deal of time. There are portions that look newer, renovated, repaired, added on later, but the core of it is old and has stood for a while. You head up, Sir Ansel occasionally nodding to a guard or a passerby that he apparently knows, occasionally exchanging a brief hello or a momentary aside of nice weather we're having. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Wow.
Nobody really questions him or his entourage. Everybody seems to assume that if this man is going somewhere with people, those people have reason to be there.
Whether they be furry or not.
Mhm.
I love this concept, by the
Alsana,
way,
you
yes.
see, Alsana, you see a few people kind of catch a glimpse of you, and that momentary, oh, melty face.
Hmm.
It's a small kitten with little white mittens on the paws.
She does her best to give the big eyes.
It's a little bit of a strain, but
Mhm.
they're naturally large, so you manage all right. All right. And he takes once you enter the castle into the slightly cooler halls. He takes a little side jaunt and informs you all, mostly seeming to speak to the person walking with him, but addressing a lot of you. I'll need to give a few orders. There are some matters that have to be attended to in order to give you the privacy you need. With that, there is a time about 20 to 30 minutes where he walks from location to location, giving orders. Everybody is to clear out this particular wing of the castle around the courtyard. Nobody is to go there except for people he escorts there personally. It is important business. It is even royal business, potentially. Nobody questions it. They take his orders, and they run. And finally, he slows near a corridor, down which you can just see a shaft of sunlight coming in through some windows. You can hear some birdsong, and you feel a bit of a breeze dancing through the hall. He stops there and says, "This is about as far as I can take you. You can find the entrance to the yard down there. You'll likely be stopped by a couple of his guards. You can put in whatever excuses you like if you want to wait for an opportune time, or charge through. I'm fairly certain by now that we've spent enough time walking. The area should be clear. I won't be going on with you."
It's appreciated. And in the best case scenario, where this happens and somehow no one notices, where is your estate in case you need a place to stay?
It's outside of the castle, and he gives you directions to a point in the citadel, not too far from the castle, but outside the actual castle walls.
Alright.
Gives you a description of it, and you shouldn't be able to miss it. And in case you do, if I am able to get there before you, I'll see to it that a red shaded lamp is burning in one of the windows at the front of the house.
And, for example, if you get a message from one of your guards saying that you have someone with a message about your rat catcher, assume it's us.
I will keep that in mind. Speaking of, and he will hand Alsana over to Kane, just because he's been talking to you.
Yeah, the cat starts wiggling in the hands as it starts moving towards Kane.
And he
Just
starts
put
to
on a
stroke
band.
down your spine a couple of times before he suddenly remembers what you actually are and snatches his hand away.
No, she
Oh.
enjoys it, it's fine.
My apologies.
Eh.
He'll turn towards... let's say Alaris is slightly closer, turns towards Alaris and holds Alsana out to you.
the little like paws start going, little grabby paws.
Alaris, take the cat.
What? Okay.
And the cat will climb up Polaris's arm and slide over into his into his cloak.
Lars is still disguised.
Yep.
He's just every so often, just 2 minutes before it goes, he just re-ups. Because you can just do that now.
Yep.
Because, that's such a fun thing.
Invocations are nice.
Oh, definitely.
Alright.
The best part of being a warlock.
And the spellcasting.
I swear there should be some caveat or just a clarification in the rules that just says at will is effectively infinite duration.
I feel like it's already there.
Regardless. The knight gives you all a final nod. Good luck.
It's appreciated, and give the queen our thanks for the assistance she's given us.
I will gladly do so.
Well, Sir Anselm, seems you have an appointment to keep, and we won't keep any further.
Claps a hand over his heart, gives you another nod, and turns and marches away down the corridor that you just came up. In the other direction, the sunlight, the breeze, and the birdsong beckons. The light itself is low, turning golden and orange with the lateness of the hour.
I'll give one quick look around for any sensors, just to be safe, and... Alright, let's go, go
Small,
commit this. Go ahead.
small out of character thing. Does anyone have silence on them?
Alaris, silence or no?
Sorry?
No silence?
Probably. Do I have silence?
Yeah.
Um, no, I have darkness.
Darkness, okay. Alright,
Yeah.
no worries then. We have what we have. So,
Yeah.
Kane kind of looks to everyone and takes a glance at where the cat should be.
Mhm.
And just, well, let's go commit an assassination. And
Wow.
he's gonna kind of nudge Calda first so that she's able to talk in case talking needs to occur. And start walking towards Thunderfist.
I guess we are killing someone. I guess we're killing me.
A shittier version of you, don't worry.
Yeah.
We like this version better.
Yeah. I'm definitely the better guy.
Well, this one's got a cat. You can always trust to do with a cat.
Can't trust this guy with a cat. Who knows what war crimes he'd commit?
Yeah, all this guy has is a vampire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cat trusts bowl cuts with cats, exactly. You know, cats and dishes get along, they push them off the counter.
Gage has a bowl gut, doesn't he?
Alright, we're walking towards him, and we're gonna go murder Lars. Let's go.
He's going to, Alsana's gonna walk up with cat, knowing Alaris, knowing that Alaris loves cats. Alaris will pick up the cat, and Alsana will go, "That's me," and stab him.
I love this plot. Let's go.
It's me. Stab him.
You know, it's not the worst idea.
I know.
It's not.
Here's the thing. Alaris can do
Correct.
it too, because he's with a face that doesn't look like ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if this guy has like at will detect magic or something.
That's fine. I'm just desperately hoping that this works.
Yeah, well, we're gonna walk in and see what happens.
Yeah, maybe Alaris goes first, then, not Calda.
Yep, which side to your side?
Anyways, we go.
All right.
No more delays. Time for murder.
All right, you approach the courtyard. You see an archway in a hall full of windows looking out into the green landscaping. There are two guards, armored not as guards of Pridwin, but what seems to be the slightly mismatched but slowly seeming to gain coherence armor of the Nightingale Alliance. As memes happen to relieve stress. One of the guards on duty sees you, holds up a hand, and says, "Halt! Lord Tundrafist is not to be disturbed."
How many guards are nearby, and can any of them see this one?
There are two guards flanking this particular archway into the courtyard right now. You can't really see much in the courtyard itself beyond from this angle, but there may be more inside.
And Ken will just wait for Alaris to speak.
Or Calda,
You know,
or both.
the person with the deception score.
Yeah. What do I say again?
That's up to you. We don't have anything set. We got to get in there.
Right.
You look like a nobleman, so do what you do.
I look like a what?
You look like whatever you want to look like, but I assume you're going by some kind of like important visitor.
Yeah. So he's got the important robes. I do believe I'm on the list, aren't I? Aren't I?
It's so good.
Thank
It's
you.
so
Thank you so
good.
much, John. I love you so much right now, John.
I've been paying attention this
The
entire
guard
time.
is like, the first guard goes, "I don't know of any list," and the other one goes, "Hang on, maybe go ahead and roll a deception check."
Oh,
Yeah,
you haven't
you know,
heard.
I love this. I love this so much.
I'm on the list.
I love this so
Want
much.
to know the list?
Calda's helping. Calda's helping.
Just make
Yeah,
the
Calda's
list.
helping.
helping.
Yeah, Calda's
Yeah,
helping.
take advantage.
Check it. Yeah,
You,
take advantage.
You do not have guidance because your guidance giver is currently a kitten.
Plus
But
7.
Oh,
17.
Give me the D4. Give me the D4. Oh, no D4, sorry.
no,
Oh my god.
no D4 this time. But
Oh, I
I
17
love this so much.
Does inspiration work in this scenario?
inspiration. Do you have DM inspiration?
Yes.
Technically, that gives you advantage, so you would get to roll again if you'd like.
Mm,
Yeah, technically it's a reroll, so you could reroll
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
if you want to.
I
Ah,
will.
yeah. Okay, there we go.
25. Yeah.
Fuck.
Technically, you get to re-roll one die.
Yeah, that was an
Okay.
accident. Yeah, that was an accident.
So it is exactly the same number. It's still a 17.
Oh,
Mm,
damn. Okay.
I love inspiration
I would-
sometimes.
All right. So,
Damn, with
17.
double advantage, you got a 17. Jesus.
haven't you heard of the list? One of the second guard goes. I mean, wasn't there something about if something's
Maybe you
really
should
needed
go.
back home? Maybe we should at least ask. Well, we were told nobody was to. Yeah, well, sometimes things come up, and I'd rather ask than leave something at the side that's really important and get in trouble for it. You make a good point.
God says, "Oh, allow us to ask. We wouldn't want you to getting in trouble.
Hmm.
Allow us to get in trouble."
Well, and he looks at
Or
you
you.
wearing the guard uniform of Pridwin. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, Alsana. Not Alsana, Calda. Oh god, names.
I'm
Yeah,
downloading it.
too
It's okay.
good. You are.
Oh,
27.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna help with that, but that you
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, never mind. It's all good.
All right. 27.
Oh.
The two guards exchange a glance, look
Shenanigans.
down at you, and one of them says, "That's actually real nice of you. You know what? I think that if there's a list, just this once, let's make an exception." And yeah, he looks important. Yeah, definitely. Well then, they straighten up, put their spears planted firmly on the ground, and one gestures towards the archway.
Mhm.
He's just through there.
Calder says, "And why don't you go take a break? You deserve it."
We really can't, but tell you what, if you wanna like fill in for us, I would not mind a moment to get a drink.
Oh, but you've been so kind. And that was earlier.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be in there. At least one of you could take a step out. I'll keep an eye on the back to make sure everyone's okay. Kind of a halfway between.
Let's promise once we finish talking to Sir Tenderfist, we'll take your place.
Yeah, even better. I don't want to interrupt our guest.
Go on now.
Yeah, just a 5 minute. Yeah. So, are you offering to replace them right this instant off of that 27 persuasion? Actually, I
Yeah.
think you're persuading them to do something different, so this would be a new persuasion roll.
Oh.
However, I would allow help because everybody's been chiming in. So,
Yeah.
Also, look at this cat. Isn't it cute? No.
Pocket kitten.
offering more to be leave the area alone for a few minutes. Once we're done talking, we'll take your place. Okay, go ahead and it's gonna be slightly tougher on that offer, but go ahead and roll the persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh,
The magic words is gonna be slightly tougher. Nat 20 instantly every time. Okay.
Oh, we have had a sword lack of deception and persuasion this campaign. This is exactly what we needed.
Yes. Somehow,
what form of power is this?
somehow, you talk these two guards into no harm in it. I mean, he's been in there for he's been in there for 15 minutes already. It's gonna be 45 more. I should have gone and answered the call of nature, if you know what I mean, before this, but I forgot. I am regretting it. If you could please. Thank you so much. They kind of furtively look around and start to scoot off down the corridor.
Fantastic.
They are out of your hair.
Oh, they are so gonna lose their jobs.
You can't get fired by your boss if your boss is dead.
No, but you can get fired by Alsana, who will then turn you into a zombie. But that's not important right now. Alright, let's go kill this man.
All right.
No more delays. Do you guys want to pass out trace? I got it with the Owl Soul Sharpo, so
I mean, sure.
yeah.
Even just to tread
pass it.
lightly.
Yeah, I've got like +10 or something on my Constitution saving throws, so fuck it.
All right, +10 if anybody wants to stealth. And you enter the courtyard. It is a place with a path that goes around a central statue. It looks like a warrior on horseback, surrounded by green hedges, still neatly trimmed and verdant despite the changing season. There is what looks like a small gardener's shed at the far end, and a wooden platform that goes up onto a small wall that overlooks not quite the outside of the castle, but further courtyards beyond. You can see a guard standing on the top of the wall, another one on the wooden platform. There are two more at an archway on the far side, seemingly keeping an eye out, though they're on kind of in between the inside of the courtyard and the outside, just inside the archway. You can see another one almost lounging, just in the shadows, in the grass against the castle wall. And you see the mirror of Ilaris, walking about in his long, dark robes, threaded with silver, seemingly just contemplating the area, walking with his hands loosely clasped behind his back, pacing at the moment away from you.
The cat is going to slip out of the actual the Arlaris cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Go
there
ahead
he
and
is,
place
there he is.
yourselves at the bottom of this map. That is about where you would be entering unnoticed.
Perfect. Out of character, I say we just stealth, go right up to him, and just start swinging.
Yeah, I'm for that. I just want to get off to the side so I'm not like directly
Yep,
with
just-
you guys.
Yep, like I said,
Alright.
just for reference.
I will say that this area is really open. There
Okay.
are no covering trees. Stealth is not going to be viable going up there.
Okay, side thing.
Yeah, I think it's more to stay quiet in this case.
Yeah. Okay, Arlo, can we do some like light prep planning? Because I imagine we discussed some of this.
Very light,
beforehand.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have watery sphere. I want to restrain his ass in the bubble.
Okay.
You can still hit him if you use ranged attacks.
Okay.
So what I'm potentially thinking is that Alsana goes off to the side and does that. Kane cleans up the small fry, while Calda and Alaris just riddle him with Eldritch Blast and crossbow bolts.
We'll do that, and do a
my
brand. And
I'm
yeah.
gonna be honest. My recommendation is rather than that.
Oh, he's not gonna be in the sphere the whole time. I just
No, I
mean
know.
for the game.
I know. Calda, switch sides with me real fast. You take the left side. I say Calda goes after the guards, on the left, and basically you watery sphere him, keep him for a round or two. All of us take the guards, other than him, and try to get the guards.
He's probably gonna misty step out of it.
That's fine. Just in the first round, try to get as many guards down as we can. Any range attacks going through it will be disadvantage, even Eldritch Blast. Calda doesn't have anything other than Eldritch Blast she can use, and if I can't get him...
Why would it be disadvantage?
Because he's underwater. As long as it goes through water, any weapons attack or range attacks are disadvantage.
Yeah.
He'd be restrained, so it'd be at least neutral.
It'd be neutral, but that's regardless. I'd say just keep him out of the fight for one round. Try to work on his guards instead. Kane has range attacks. Although again, honestly, I'm more so for just we all go up, drop his HP as fast as we can. He's a warlock.
That's fair. I'm going to turn my fell steel orb back into the heavy crossbow.
All right. At that point, you're definitely noticed as a guard on the rampart sees you, drawing a weapon, summoning one really, and cries out, "Halt!
Rush.
Yep.
Halt, intruders!" And
Yep.
at that point, we are going to roll some
Roll
initiative.
Okay. Could the cat have gone over here?
I'm gonna say the cat is exactly where you were, so pull it back a little bit.
Alright.
It's me.
We were talking about preparation stuff, but okay.
Yes, you were, but that's as
Shit.
far in as you
Alright,
got.
cool.
Well, that's not good.
Thanks, Lars.
It happens.
I didn't.
It happens. It's all good.
I was
You
gonna
got-
say when things go down, but I guess we're too late now.
Regardless, we got in here. We got past the guard. We got 2 of the guards out of here. It wasn't gonna last longer than a round, anyways. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, let's go ahead and change this music out.
I'll just say, if a third time it happens that Alaris pulls out the weapon and stuff happens, I'm gonna start dunking on you. That's it.
I'm
This
sorry,
is the only time
guys.
I'm gonna do it.
But once you draw a weapon, stuff's gonna start happening in all
Yep.
likelihood.
At least I'm going before Mirror Me.
Yeah, no, that
Yep.
again, that's fine. But it was the last
Moving
time, it was
on.
this
Not
time.
important
We're
right
good.
now. Let's go.
+6. All right. I
Well,
believe that's.
Unfortunately, the guards go first.
Yes, they do. And 1 second, I realized that I do not have something on their sheet that they do have. I don't have the right die. Where is it? What's a crossbow? Is it D6?
What kind of crossbow?
Regular.
Light crossbow? D6.
Yeah, light crossbow is D6. Okay, that's the one. No, it's a
No,
D8.
sorry. Light crossbow is D8, heavy is D10, hand crossbow is D6. Sorry.
It's a D8. Okay. So, I do not actually have these on sheets. They're going to do it by hand, and honestly, this one is going to shoot and aim at Alaris because he's the one who pulled the weapon. Various others are going to, at this moment, come to attention, and you know what? The one is going to shoot at Alaris. The others are going to hold a attack action on anybody doing anything aggressive from your party. The one shooting Alaris is doing so because you pulled a weapon.
Yeah.
So D20 plus 6, yeah, that's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
1d8 plus 2, 8 points of piercing damage. Non-magical. All right. Everybody else holding a crossbow shot. Kane.
Alright. Kane is gonna run directly at Alaris and start stabbing.
All right, you are taking
Do it.
4 shots from crossbows.
Yep, go for it.
4d20. Each of these is plus 6. So
Anything below a 10? Well, all 4 hits, so that's 4d6 plus 8.
48.
Sorry, 48 plus 8, sorry.
8. Yep. You take
27.
27.
Half to 13.
Okay.
Perfect. 4. Alright, and Kane takes bonus action to switch to the Flame Tongue Longsword in one hand, and he's just gonna... Actually, you know what? No, he's gonna switch to the Mace instead. And he's going to take an attack. Let me know if I need to do any modifiers on the attack before I swing.
All right. I do not believe so. No. So you
perfect.
go ahead and take a
21 to hit.
swing. Oh, hold on a second. I don't have his right armor class on there. God damn it.
I think a 21 still hits though, right?
Yes, it does because his armor class is actually that plus that. That is this.
Okay. Does he have a weapon in his hand?
He does not. His hands are currently empty, though he seems
seen
to be
him fight
reaching
before he's
into his
spellcasting.
robes or something.
That's okay. On that attack, paralyze. Give me a strength saving throw, DC 18. Sorry,
Okay.
DC 17.
DC 17?
I don't know why I switched to 18. Oh, first.
Alright. Okay, real quick question. Is this is a magical effect?
Yes. This is specifically from the commander's rod, whatever it's
He has
called.
advantage on it. That's an 18.
Okay, that's okay. Let me just mark that off so I don't forget.
Mhm.
So, paralyze is out. Okay. Second attack.
Strength is
with-
garbage.
Yep.
Yep.
With the mace. 31
And
to hit,
he
I
is
think.
going to point at, you know what, first person in view otherwise is you, Elaris. He's going to point at you, and he's going to cast a reaction spell. I would like you to make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma save.
Charisma save.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
23.
All right, you succeed, fortunately,
Yeah,
as
he's
he
fine.
attempted rapid transplacement upon you.
Right.
Okay, so that was
never
his
seen
reaction then.
Right.
And you do another 13. Okay.
Yep. Real fast. Actually, how fast did I move last turn? 430? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that yet. Okay. Okay, and third attack is going to be with the mace once more.
Okay.
19 to hit.
19 just hits.
19 is the armor class. Okay. And let me just check what that superiority does. So that'll be a distracting attack. Whoever makes the next attack roll against him has advantage.
Okay.
Probably.
Nice.
Alright.
I'll take at least one shot at him. He
Yep.
doesn't have my face.
I'm considering something real fast. We're okay. Out of character. We're already noticed, right? We're not going loud, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Perfect.
You just hit a man 3 times with a mace.
Yep.
Subtlety
There's-
is.
I mean,
in short
outside
supply.
of outside of this map, basically.
Guards are shouting. The guards in here are shouting.
Okay, perfect. In that case, yeah, I'll save my action just in case I need it, and I will end my turn there.
Okay. Alaris.
Yeah, they're about to have a bad day.
Yeah.
So, Laura's first attack has advantage.
Guards are. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, Jason. I'm gonna take a shot at your boss.
By the way, I'm fully imagining Jason from The Good Place in this scenario.
We're really in it now. We're just gonna. What first attack gets
First attack on
Yeah.
Alaris gets advantage.
will do.
And armor class is 19, so do that as you wish.
Okay.
Hell yes!
29 points of damage.
Is he feeling that necrotic?
You know what? He's actually resistant to that, so it is not 29, it is
27.
27. Yeah.
How have I never gotten the trip superiority?
Go for another one. Yeah, we're gonna go for a shot on this boy right here. I'm gonna try and take out some guards.
I'm gonna say honestly,
yeah.
don't even bother. Just drop his HP, dude.
All right, yeah, then I'll do that. Actually,
Calder, you have to be wearing the mask in order to gain its effects.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot at him again.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay,
Ooh.
that was ill-advised.
Alright.
It would have
You-
missed anyways.
You take
Yeah.
a shot and it right past him and just kind of into the hedge.
And he's gonna knock another bolt in and ready up for whatever he has in store for me.
Are you moving anywhere? Hey John, moving anywhere? Or...
I'm going to move laterally this way to be near Calda. So,
Completely understand.
here. Just a little bit here.
You take. Is that a hedge?
Is that a hedge?
That's a hedge. It's not a super tall hedge. It might be about 2 feet, so tall to Calda.
All the Calda. Not
Oh,
the
what
main.
about that thing in the middle? Is that a statue?
I know. I'm
That's
just
a
gonna
statue.
move over near Alsana and.
The statue is much larger.
Yeah, I'm gonna take cover by the statue actually.
Alright, I'm gonna say moving through the hedges is difficult terrain, but you don't have to worry about that, just for future
No, that makes
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the future, if anybody decides to hop through them at any other point. So,
I don't think it could be double difficult terrain there, Calda, so if you're moving through the hedges, you're going to be moving through them anyways.
Gonna have them hops for a little bit.
alright. So, you are there. Is that your turn?
Oh yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Mirror,
Big hops,
Alaris.
let's go.
Alright.
See what you got, fuckface.
He's got a lot of fun stuff, and he's got more fun stuff that I've kind of not been keeping track of because I'm forgetful. But we're gonna say he was a little bit surprised by you guys anyway. So,
I would hope so.
mhm,
Otherwise, we're in big shit.
just a bit. So, he is going to use his action How rough does this need to be? He's gonna use his action to, yeah. 60-foot radius sphere,
Oh, let me guess. Circle of Death?
potentially.
Yep, that's a fucked up spell.
hmm He's got a number of things. Oh, no wait. This is better.
Don't like that.
Just click it.
Alright. He points first at you, Kane, and he sharply says some words. You see a bright light building on his finger, and then it leaps towards you as he casts Chain Lightning, which is going to leap to each of you.
Ooh,
So it
21
starts.
deck save. Don't like that.
Yep. So dexterity saving throw, half as much on a failed save.
Side note, is he aware of the cat?
You know what? I don't think he's aware of the cat. So it would only be on Kane, Elaris, and Calda. Alsana, you feel some of your fur kind of prickle and stand on
Yep.
end as the lightning passes over you.
I think
Okay.
Alaris saves from the called benefit.
Ah, yes, the Calda +5. You are benefiting from that. So half that damage would take you down to, I
Ooh.
believe, 19.
Fuck yeah, I forgot about these elements.
Oh, yep. Okay, have that again. 19
that
down
one's
to
from
9.
sorry. That's called doing the absorb elements, not Alaris.
Oh, yeah, never mind. So you take half, Kane takes full.
Yep, already marked off.
Alright.
Oh, hold on. Let me get rid of one of the digits I accidentally added. 125 HP, not 1,125 HP.
Yeah, that would be a little interesting, wouldn't it?
Another lifetime, maybe.
Okay, and I need a little icon for something real quick. That'll do.
How high up
As
are
a
the
bonus
guards?
action.
You wish
Oh,
to take a
okay.
mix there. Oh well.
As I'll get to that in a moment. As a bonus action, you see his form suddenly twist and shimmer. And he seems to turn into a shadow. Still humanoid size. He's not any larger or smaller. But he seems almost incorporeal. Wispy. Not fully there anymore.
Does Alsana? I assume Alsana doesn't see him do any like spellcasting components to this.
It's not a spellcasting, no. It is just a bonus action ability that he seems to have as he sets off this lightning and then just. He is darkness
Okay.
in humanoid form. With that, he is going to move back. You do get an attack of opportunity if you would care to take it, Kane.
Fantastic. Just considering something real
Maybe do
fast.
him some thunder damage if you can.
Thunder damage? No, I need to have Boom Blade for that, and it requires a full action.
Don't you get some on your mace?
Thunder damage? No.
Like the big
No.
boom mace?
No, that's just Boom Blade.
Oh.
Alright, 29 does hit.
Yep, and with that... I'm
However,
going-
he doesn't seem to take as much damage from this.
That's alright, extra 10, and anyone who need... let's say... Calda, move 15 if you'd like to. As a reaction. Oh wait, no, you used a reaction already. Can't. Shit.
You do me.
Yeah, I'll do you, because Alaris is sharpshooter, he's fine.
Alright.
Yep, so you've got half movement, or whatever the cat's movement is.
Good-
Half it to move as much as you
Good
want.
question. What's a cat's movement? Let me see. Didn't expect to be a cat this long, to be honest. 40. Nice.
Okay.
I motherfuckers.
Cat has also got a climb speed, so does Cat not care about the hedge? As non-Euclidean?
Isn't cat just small enough to walk through the hedge? Or
Cat
around
can
the hedge?
probably go under the hedge, however, because you're small, I'm gonna say that bumps your speed down to 30.
Hold on.
'Cause-
How high is the statue?
The plinth that the statue stands on is somewhere around 5 feet. The statue itself is probably an extra 5 to 6 feet taller, depending on which point you're measuring to.
Okay.
Because like it is a guy on horseback. It is no, it's going to be much larger than that because if it's a life-size statue, it's
I'll just move there.
probably at highest point like
Yeah, we're not
yeah.
gonna bother with this.
Yeah, no.
It's I move there.
Okay. So if everybody is done repositioning off of that, Calda, it's your turn. Make your move.
Fair enough.
Yes. Understandable.
Well said. Articulated with beauty. Oh, is that what Calda is doing? Is Calda going or is that Ty?
I think that's a yes.
Could be
Okay.
both.
Oh, real quick, and how high up are these guards up here?
Oh, they are not actually up there. They're the ones inside that archway. It just isn't a good way to position that. They are underneath this arch.
How about
They
this
are
guy?
on ground level.
Yeah, this is
He
the one that's up
is-
there, right?
Yeah, he is probably about 10 feet up. It's basically platform, 10 feet platform. This guy is probably about 20 feet.
And side note, everything around us is stone, right?
More or less. This is wood. You've got some earth, grass, etc. This is wood. This facing is probably stone, but the tile roofing may be more the clay or,
Okay.
or ceramic.
Yep, and a question from Calda. Masters an
Oh.
extra bonus action to equip.
I will call that a free action on par with the stowing or drawing of a weapon.
Could Kane have put his on then?
As long as did you draw a weapon?
Nope, bonus action. Just switched it from spear to mace.
Okay, then yeah, you could put yours on.
Sweet.
So, extra 10 feet, go for it.
Hell yes. So it's 40 feet of movement from Calda.
Yeah, you did 30 there, 10 there. Okay.
I think she's setting up what I think she is. There we go.
Okay.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Absolutely immaculate.
Amazing.
All right. So, Vow of Enmity. Advantage on attack rolls for a minute.
Yes.
3 Eldritch
Do
Blasts.
it.
Fuck it up, sis.
Oh,
Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes. 19 total.
Okay. Yep, 19 total, as these apparently slam into him, even in his shadowy form. You see the shadows sort of rising off of him like flames of darkness, and the form shudders and jerks as each Eldritch Blast slams into him. He opens his mouth and cries out, still Alaris's voice, but slightly echoing.
Oh, this is gonna be such a satisfying murder.
All right.
I think
Anything
that's
else
action
on your
movement, bonus
turn?
action. I think that's action movement, bonus action, free action.
Okay. This is all. Okay. At the end of your turn,
Bastard. Knew it.
Yep. shadows suddenly writhe around him and lash out towards you. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we
As
go.
they slip off of you, you tear them away from yourself, grasping onto the scant bit of substance at the core of each and ripping it away. Alsana, it's your turn.
Okay. Can would it take an action or bonus action to try to figure out exactly what this wispy form of his is doing?
I can tell you right now that Kane's weapon didn't seem to do much damage to it. You're not gonna get a like full rundown of the exact ability.
Does it
just from
does it
looking
look
at
like
this-
someone could get a grip on him?
I think she's specifically said
Kane's-
incorporeal.
Partly incorporeal. Kane's weapon bit into something. It did some damage.
Mhm.
That being said, Elaris did seem to drift almost through a corner of a hedge at a point.
I forgot about rookie damage.
Alright, in that case. Bonus action, cat poofs into Alsana, who is taking cover about under the hedge, if possible. And is then going to cast Wall of Fire.
Sweet.
Alright, draw out your wall, please.
I fell into
And I set fire to this bitch. Watch him burn as we stab his face.
Lovely. Good stuff. Orc damage.
And it burns and he'll cry and then walk away needing
34,
to die. To die.
Die.
And I set fire
Okay, that's enough.
to this dad.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough out of you.
Look, I was just doing it until the wall got up there and we're good.
Yeah. Love.
Alright, so I'm guessing is the damaging side on Elaris' side, or are you facing it towards the soldiers?
Alaris' side.
Okay.
What's the range on that again for how close you get to be?
On one side of the wall selected by when you cast deals 5d and 5d fire damage
Yeah,
within
right.
10 feet.
10 feet, okay.
Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage.
Yep, that's okay.
Actually, hold on. How far out are those guys?
They're pretty much where they are, in terms of distance.
I'm going to.
Don't worry.
No, I'm going to edit that slightly.
Okay.
Because
I'll allow it.
Oh, you got them inside.
Yeah, because I could just pivot it slightly. Polygon.
Yeah.
So
Just a wee bit.
5,
You could if you wanted
10.
to.
15, 45, 40, 55.
Lovely.
Okay, so you're actually catching those two in it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alright.
Dan and Jason is just like, yeah, you already fucked up. Don't try to save this.
Yep.
Realize
Alright.
you've lost your job and run.
Now, is the save immediately when you cast it, or
When I cast it, yes.
okay? And what is the save?
That would be a dexterity save. DC
All
19.
right. These two poor little buggers. Roll the damage, please.
And
Unfortunate damage.
All right. So 16 fire damage to each of these. They're looking pretty crispy, but still up. And then on the shadowy form of Elaris. Huh. Yeah. I think, but
How do shadows feel about campfires?
it actually doesn't seem to be affecting him very much at all.
persistent or immune.
Resistant, but
Alright.
seems like a resistance a couple of times over.
Great.
He took a little bit of damage. There was a flinch up the back,
Mm-hmm.
but not much more.
Because they've got the shrine ability, so it's probably that one.
Someone threw a warm towel over him.
It's okay, that's actually very useful for me to know that he doesn't take as much fire damage.
Alright.
Well, thanks for my turn.
That's
So
my
upon seeing you, he goes, "Oh, I see. Well then."
Was it not clear already?
Also, Calda had the mask on already.
Oh, that's true.
Yep. He caught on, but the Alsana suddenly appearing sealed the deal. Alright. He's not going to do anything. The Nightingale soldiers, two of them are getting the heck out of dodge.
Yep.
They're already in the wall of fire, so they're not really moving through it so much as out of it, I believe.
Yep.
Oh,
They are...
Prototype trying to take damage too?
I know they end their turn there.
Yep.
Only any. Okay.
So they're skedaddling, but they'll skid to a stop there, and you know what? They'll gang up on Calda because she's there. This guy's gonna move over here to get a clearer shot out of the flames. This guy's gonna start running to give support. And this guy's gonna start circling around as if to go behind you guys a little bit. With that, we're going to have 2 spear attacks on. 1 second. I'm just gonna 1d20 plus 6, no matter what they do. So I'm gonna copy that.
Shit.
Calda, spear, critical. So that second one is going to be 2d6 plus 2 for the crit. Todd hits, so 8 piercing damage, but non-magical. Do with that as you will. The others, one is going to take a shot at Alsana with a crossbow.
Disadvantage.
Does a 23... yep, disadvantage. 23.
Come
Does 23
on.
hit?
Yeah, 23 hits.
1d8 plus 2, 6 damage.
Frickin' lackey hits me.
It's better than
Could be worse.
him.
No, because now my disadvantage is gone.
Oh,
Yep.
Sure.
One is going to aim at Kane, the other at Alaris. So Kane,
Oh
22
wow,
to hit.
Ariel, that is really bad. I'm sorry, but we just heard the entire like musical sting through your mic.
sorry.
Oh well.
I honestly don't know what's happening. Kane, you take 5 damage.
I'll take 2 damage.
And Elaris, dear god, these guys are rolling well. Elaris with a 24 to hit, you take 3 damage.
He
Not
takes
so
1
good on
damage.
damage.
Made a lot
So-
of resistant, so.
Have things as resistance demands.
Real fast.
Yes?
That's it for their turn, right?
Yes.
Could you do me a quick favor?
Hmm?
What are the odds you have the details for the... Oh, never mind. I was going to say the Valkyrie masks. I couldn't find my details for it because it wouldn't work.
Shit, sorry.
So, sorry, real fast. Can I do my quick retcon for this round? Or for this thing?
Was it on your turn?
It would have been at the beginning of combat. It would have been on my turn, yes.
I'm gonna say no because that was so long ago. It is literally your turn again now.
Okay. It would have been... It's not changing any of the enemies. That's why I ask. It's
What would it
bless
change?
the Valkyrie's blessing gives when you first enter combat. I forgot that I had that.
And what would that change?
It would have just given the rest of the party bless. That's all.
Okay, I'm gonna say it comes into effect now.
Okay.
So,
Alright, so rest of the party, you guys have bless. My apologies, I forgot to throw it on there earlier. Because I forgot about these masks. Okay, so he's still incorporeal. I'm still filled with rage. So, gonna get right up to here. I haven't left anyone's range there. And I'm going to first do my quick Terrify on
I'll be right back.
all of the guards to the right of me within 30 feet, so I believe it's just these two. Check range. Yeah, it's 45 feet. So, real fast. That's on self. Hold on. DC 17 wisdom save from the two of them.
okay, that's gonna be interesting. So, wisdom save from these two.
Oh, actually, sorry, my mistake. That's an action. Ignore that.
Okay.
In that case, I need the one closest to me to make insight check versus my intimidation.
Alright, so that's just a wisdom check for him. 12.
Okay, he is currently frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Bonus action, I swap my mace into the Flame Tongue Longsword. And I'm gonna make 2 attacks on Alaris. So, 1. 18 misses, right?
That misses.
Alright, 2. 18
And-
also misses. My god. This is what I get for throwing that bless on too late.
This is your nightmare.
Uh,
Just barely hitting.
nope, not even
Barely
hitting.
not just barely not hitting.
Yep, this sucks. Yeah, I'm angry. Action search.
Do it.
Okay.
If it's two more 18s, this is absolutely your personal hell.
Yes. 3 more 18s. I have 3 attacks, thankfully.
3 more 18s. Yeah.
So let's go.
Fine,
Is
fine.
Alar still isn't holding anything, is he? Like, any kind of magical focus or anything?
Not that I know of.
Not that Alaris.
Not that-
Okay.
Alaris.
Not that's been
No, he
mentioned.
is not.
No, not even.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was saying. Yeah, not that's been mentioned.
Wish he'd wield something. All right, 1 attack. My God. 2. What the fuck?
Oh.
What the
This is
shit?
your person. Well, Conrad Felice, welcome to your personal hell.
Conrad, I'll allow you to narrate how Alaris managed to dodge every single blow.
He's literally made of shadows right now, and I'm looking into a fire behind him. He is very hard to see.
That is very fair.
So I imagine it's the combination of Kane terrifying the dude behind him, whipping around towards Alaris, and just swinging wildly and hitting absolutely fuck all.
Yep.
What
Good
the
job.
shit?
Good job. You managed. Clearly, the dice hate you.
At the end of your turn, he looks at you, shakes his head, and goes, "Pathetic good." And he reaches out.
The fuck's
You're
a
not
dude?
you're not wearing any metal armor, yes?
I'm wearing leather.
You switch to leather.
Yep.
You does not have advantage on that to hit. Does a 16 hit?
Would my shield count?
Your shield does not count as metal, if that's what you're asking, I think.
Okay. Well, that will still hit, unfortunately, because AC is 16 in leather.
Alright, you take 15 lightning damage,
That's
and
unfortunate.
cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn, so that's a full round, no reaction.
All right, fair enough. That's
Alaris,
annoying.
it's your turn.
Boy, all right.
I'm so angry.
Wow, that was impressive.
Yeah, that sucked.
I took
Oh.
a screen cap of that just so I could marvel at that a little more.
What'd I miss?
I missed
Kane
5
missed.
attacks in a row.
Times.
Wow.
Yeah,
With like
I'm
four
currently
of
doing the
them-
math for how bad the luck is for that.
Yeah.
Don't you have bless?
With like 4 of
No,
them
everyone else was
being
blessed.
like
Oh.
1 or 2 below the AC.
And then he got zip zapped.
Yeah, it was the AC was 19. It was 18, 18, 17, 17, 13. I couldn't do the math for how bad my luck was for that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take 2 shots at Alaris.
Alright.
Myself! Non-sharpshooter this time because fuck, it's a 19 AC. That's not cool. Not favorable.
That shit ain't Gucci.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just
22 to
I
hit.
just straight up
Real
not
quick,
have a good time.
real quick, Alsana, could you give me a charisma saving throw, please?
Yep.
Ouch.
I am not quite range of Kalta.
Going to suck. This might suck.
As you are forcibly switched places and you take the brunt of that 22 to
no,
hit, 13
fuck
piercing
off.
and 5 necrotic damage.
Alright, she instantly drops her flame wall.
Alright, Alaris, you can take your second shot on him. He is much closer now.
Yeah. Shit. God
You have
damn it.
bless. You have bless.
The necrotic's magical, right?
Yes. Get bless on there.
Bless.
Yes, D4. You might still hit. Nope.
Damn.
So I
Okay.
only hit Alsana.
Rapid Transplacement is a terrible spell.
I fucking hate it. Thank you. Thank you for like introducing me to this because I'm taking it at when I level up.
That's fair.
I'm taking it. You just have to give it to me.
I will eat Alaris's heart to gain the magic, so help me God.
I'll do it. I can fucking kill him right now.
Okay, but here's the thing. Could you imagine Kane with that ability? When 6 people shoot him at the same time?
You're not a spellcaster. Sorry.
Fuck you. I'm not gonna fit. I'll learn anyways out of spite.
Anything,
We
anything
hit
else,
right in the
Alara?
insecurity there.
Give me. Anyway, I'm going to run this way.
Understandable.
And while I'm at it, fuck it. I'm just gonna go closer to the fray. I'm going to Misty Step as a bonus action. Right about here.
Odd choice.
Alright. You misty step away.
Hey guys, maybe we should keep someone near the exit?
You see him look after you and shake his shadowy head. Really? Oh. Tell you what, you can play with this one in the meantime. He raises a hand, points, and you see a shard of shadow suddenly coalesce in his darkened palm, and then shoot out and impact the ground right beneath your feet, Alaris. As you stumble back just a bit, suddenly rising out of that pool of shadow, you see a head, and then haunches, a lean body, and then a tail. As a hound of shadows appears before you.
Oh, good doggy.
Fully medium-sized. And very much focused on you in particular. The hound gets his own initiative. One moment while I roll that.
Great.
And
What
add
is
him
faster than
to
Kane?
attacker.
Yeah. Does
Yep.
someone wanna deal with that?
We
At
have
least
so many.
tangentially?
We have so many issues, Alaris.
Yeah.
I know, but like,
Alright. And then immediately after this, that was his bonus action. As his action, because that takes a bit of that resource. As his action, he's going to spend a bit more of this resource. And he is going to cast... Yeah. 15-foot sphere? Is it a 15-foot radius or diameter? One moment. Radius sphere.
Daylight has an effect on shadow forms.
Alright, I've got to draw something real quick. Excuse me.
Yes, who's that?
How do you get a circle? Do you hold down Alt?
Alt, yeah.
Thank you.
Keep in mind it's corner to corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
As he casts darkness in that sphere, Elaris, you can see through it.
I'll see you.
You can still see him. Nobody else can. So he is currently considered basically invisible to all of you. He kind of moves around here, but you guys can't really see that very well.
Yeah. Darkness,
All right.
fun fact, is a concentration spell.
I'll go ahead and put a little marker on them for that. Concentration. There we go. So, Calda, what would you like to do?
Word warning.
Kill. All right. Specify. You've got
Yep.
2 enemies right in front of you, and one you can't see in a big ol' orb of darkness over there.
See, there are 5 guards. Okay.
Last place you saw him was right there.
Yeah, last place you saw him was in front of the statue. Okay. Joey and Todd are gonna have a bad day. Yep. Okay. First on Joey, who is frightened. Doesn't really give you anything, just lets you know that he may have already peed himself. Alright, that definitely hits.
Did all these
yeah,
guards
he
have to
can't
pee?
afford that. This one didn't until Calda quite literally just
Oh,
crushed
just,
it out.
okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. No?
It's a
Yeah,
terrible
right on.
fact of life. Or in this case, death.
Yep. Oh no, Joey's
No,
dead.
Joey's dead. Joey is very dead.
They are not quite as elite as I thought.
Joey, he's dead.
Alright, Todd. That's about to have a really bad.
please just
Yeah,
do
how
it.
do you want to do
That-
that one too? How do you want to do them in succession? Just 1, 2. Do you want to cleave through them both in one and just call it 2 blows because technicalities are rules? How do you want to flavor this? Both in one throw a torso into.
Nice.
Half of Todd goes spinning and just kind of against the hedge. You can hear the rustle. I'm gonna leave the marker there, but half of him is like over here right now.
Okay, we're killing the guards.
Keep killing the guards. Yeah, keep killing the guards.
Real
I
quick,
have
just
something
for,
for that.
real quick, just for reference, so I can plan out my turn better. Potions are bonus action, right?
Yes, on yourself. Yes. Alsana, I believe,
don't worry
unless
about, don't
Calder
worry about
needs to
killing
move.
right now.
Sorry.
Yep. Alsana's gonna look over to Alaris and just ask where is he?
By the statue.
Okay. So Alsana's gonna walk over here. I'm gonna ask the party something.
Sure.
Is it worth dropping my other transport via plants here?
Do you still have your 8th level?
No, this would be my 8th level. No, I don't have an 8th level. I only have 6th and 7th.
Oh, you only have 6th and 7th?
Yeah.
You're thinking daylight, right?
Not daylight, but close.
Or sunlight, or whatever it's called.
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam. You can repeat sunbeam, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will say just straight up that no, I don't think it's worth it because we need to get out of here after this fight.
We could Kamehameha wave.
Yeah, but
We
we can.
don't-
Do we
we
want
don't-
badly do we want him dead? And I'm asking the whole party.
There.
I think we can deal with him being in the darkness for 1 round.
Do I have to spell magic? I do on spells, but that's not a spell.
Darkness?
Oh,
Oh.
I guess I could do darkness. I was thinking more his stupid like ethereal shit.
Oh no, worry about that after. If he takes half damage, he takes half damage. That's just Ara's way of keeping him alive.
Yeah, well, I could also just
we-
AOE the whole area.
Yeah, that's just save your transport via plants. We need to get out of here after this.
Other two? What do you guys think? John?
Huh?
Should I use Sunbeam or should I save transport via plants?
I'd say save it for now. I have a plan for the guards, so if you can find a way to deal with them as quickly as possible.
Alright.
Quick thing, John. You have the chance to break his concentration. So if you could
Yes.
do that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So you guys focus on the guards
Yeah, okay. Give me
Or
2
AoE.
seconds then.
because if we kill the 5 guards, I can assure backup.
Oh, that's right, because you can summon dead humanoids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we haven't got to use that ability very often.
Sorry, I'm just reading a thing.
So let's make things interesting. So yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dedicate one of my attacks to one of the guards, one of the attacks to Alaris.
Just whatever you can to break concentration. So maybe start with
Yeah.
Alaris.
So if I can just I'll start with Alaris and then immediately start focusing on the guards. Someone needs to deal with the wolf, and it's probably not gonna be me.
Okay. Then okay, Alsana is going to cast Wrath of Nature.
All right, that's the fun one, isn't it?
Yep, that's
Okay.
the fun one.
Fun one.
All right.
Start throwing rocks at these
There
guards.
are
and
no
you
trees
kill
in
them
here.
fast.
I was
but
gonna
we can
ask
get
about
some
the
rocks.
bushes.
I'm gonna say the bushes don't count as trees.
Of course they don't.
Sorry.
They probably count as grass and undergrowth.
It's given you roots and vines. Grass or undergrowth would be the areas between the hedges. Technically, he is standing in some,
Yeah.
so difficult terrain for him.
And roots and vines would be anything nearby the hedges.
The walls look like they have vines on them too.
Yeah, they do a little bit, yeah.
And there's probably some rocks along those walls.
One
hopefully.
creature of your choice that is on the ground in the cube.
Brick.
So you wouldn't be able to get the guards that are on the platform or the wall, but there
Yep.
is one here and there's Mirror Alaris.
Speaking of which,
Brick.
I should draw the cube.
Throw a brick at one of the guards.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that idea.
Throw bricks.
Just full Jason Grayson. Copernicus.
Deserves it.
I'm so glad you managed to keep track of these names because I'm trying and I'm failing.
Yeah. It's been a lot, but no fucks me.
I'm gonna move it slightly, but
Okay. So you have your bonus action, launch a rock at a creature that you can see in the cube.
Carol and
Throw
Jimmy
a
D.
brick.
yep. Okay, sorry. Is there a preference on which guard?
Not really. Just
Well,
Yeah,
actually, no. There's actually no. I'm gonna throw it at the Hellhound
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say.
because
idea.
Alaris needs to kill the thing, right?
yeah.
Ranged spell attack, go for it.
Yep. Yep. Do.
That'll hit. 3d8. Non-magical bludgeoning, please.
And it needs to make a strength saving throw.
6 damage and strength saving throw. Alright, let's see. Yep. He is prone.
All right.
Nice.
And you know what? Just for fun, real quick, 'cause I don't remember. Are Hellhounds considered undead at all?
This isn't a
Hellhound.
hellhound.
Sorry, not Hellhound. What? Do I know what this
Yes,
is at
no.
all? Can I
Not
parse this as
offhand.
undead?
Not offhand.
All right. Okay.
But he was
3,
born of
8,
shadows. I think you can assume.
10. Necrotic damage. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, you're scything it.
Yep.
Interesting, okay. Yeah, he takes the necrotic damage.
All right. And he's, I want to say still standing, but he's still alive.
He's prone but still alive. He's starting to kick and squirm and get ready to jump back up and lunge at Alaris.
Okay. Do, what else? Okay, yeah, and that's at the start. All right, so Asana is going to get up on the broom
Mm-hmm.
and float over to here and take cover.
Okay. Alright, you're fairly certain with the crenellations that nothing is going to be shooting you easily, so yep.
Mhm.
Alright, at the end of your turn, one creature of your choice on the ground in the cube must succeed on a strength saving throw or become restrained.
That will be. I'll make that the dog as well.
Okay. Strength saving throw on the dogger.
Nope.
No. Okay, so doggy is prone and restrained. That's a double advantage. On a melee especially. On a
Or-
melee, so.
Yep, or a single advantage for Lars.
I think advantage and disadvantage to cancel out because
Yeah,
prone
'cause
would be
we're-
disadvantage.
Oh, good
Get
point, yeah.
mobile now, and I
So-
can.
Wait,
Although,
no.
no.
Yeah.
Because prone is anyone within 5 feet.
What?
Prone is
Prone is anyone
disadvantage.
within 5 feet gets
Yep.
advantage.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah,
there would
it's-
still be one advantage for Alaris.
There'd be 2, restrained and prone.
Plus 1 disadvantage. for prone.
What?
Yeah,
it's
disadvantage
still a
from
ranged
prone
attack,
because
it's
it's
still-
ranged
He's
attack.
a
It's
crossbow
the-
expert.
It doesn't matter. It's prone still gives disadvantage on range attacks.
All right.
Someone deal with the dog while it's prone.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yep,
The
that's
dog
my
is
turn.
for the rest of us.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Alright, I
no,
think-
we've gone through this with Ashta. No, any attack roll against a creature has advantage if the attacker was within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack has disadvantage. It has nothing to do with ranged attacks.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Don't you fucking gaslight me on this. I've done this like twice before this
It's
explanation.
not gaslighting.
I
it's just
know,
making
I'm
the rules
joking.
chill.
God, my God, just
Dial it back, dude.
both of you.
Double advantage. You're good.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, let's see. He knows Calder hits hard. He is going to, that'll be the one. Alright, against Calder. 22 to hit, Ray of Frost. 25 cold damage. And your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Yep, it's 30. The soldier's turn. This guy is kind of struggling through the grass a bit, but then gives up, just takes aim with the crossbow, and he's actually going to shoot at Kane because Kane is just bigger as a target.
Makes
Yeah.
complete sense, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And it's also focused fire to Lars pretty hard.
That does not hit.
Oi,
14.
he's a dead man now.
The
Oh no,
two,
that's 6. Okay.
yeah, that's already got that. The two up on the wall are going to take aim at, probably at Alaris, because he's right there. And Alsan is out of view. So, Alaris, do either of these hit?
One of them.
Alright. 1d8 plus 2 damage, 6 damage.
Laughable.
Quite. Alright. With that, it is the Hound's turn. What does it take to get rid of Restrained?
I believe he
action
can.
strength saving throw. You can try
What?
to break it like a grapple with an action, or you can wait till the end of the turn for the saving throw.
Alright.
No, he doesn't
You
get
know
an
what?
end of the turn saving throw. He just used an
Okay.
action.
Yep.
Okay, just an action.
Just an action. You know what? He's not focused on that. He's going to start trying to bite at Alaris' ankles at disadvantage.
Mm,
Fair enough.
Double disadvantage, I think, because restrained and prone.
Yeah.
So, he's going to do his
Think so.
best. There's a lot of hate in this dog.
Not a lot of accuracy.
Not a lot of accuracy. A little bit of, like, a
mean, I
line
can't
of
talk.
drool. A line of drool flies out and spatters across your boots, but the teeth snapping at them, you're able to dance and dodge out of the way. Kane.
Fiend.
Okay. The darkness blocks range attacks through it vision-wise, right?
Oh, wait. Actually, at the end of the dog's turn, I was going to do something.
Okay, go for it.
At the end of the doggy's turn, he is going to cast... yeah. He's going to cast another cantrip on, let's say Kane this time.
Sure.
So,
Shall
does an
touch.
18 hit?
It does. 6
That is not the correct damage. That is
it's
missing
only
3d8. Yeah,
So 2 more d8.
3.
16 total.
3 more
Okay.
d8. So 6
Oh,
plus
he's that
6
high
is
level, yeah.
22. Yeah.
22. Okay. I have officially hit below 100.
That's dangerous to tell me, you know.
That's for party's reference, so they know I'm below 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Alright, now it's your
Um,
turn.
Alright.
As this hand is clinging to you, and you, for your reference as player, you can't regain hit points until the start of Mirror Alaris' next turn.
Is this technically
Soon.
in darkness?
Nope, not quite. You are just outside the darkness.
Perfect. Okay, so these better fucking hit. I just need to say that much.
It's double advantage. Go for it.
1. Waiting to see how it goes. So I've clicked it, it'll roll eventually.
Taking a moment.
Yeah. I will say Kane has more stuff on his sheet than Dell ever did.
That'll hit
22 hits? Okay.
for 18
How
damage.
effective does that blow seem?
He doesn't seem to be resisting it, but he's still alive, but it kind of weakly squirming and
Jesus Christ.
I have no
Sorry.
problem going
Why are you
darkness.
only doing single advantage?
Oh, because I just clicked the wrong button.
Ariel.
I'm sorry, was that too high pitched?
Oh no, I think it was because it was a dog sound.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you know the
fine.
thing
I'm
you
sorry.
specifically requested to other gyms.
Sorry.
Ugh.
Alright. However, with that last blow, there is a snarl as it tries once more to bite at Alaris.
Very much not comfy.
Sorry.
Yep, that's okay. Alright, cool. I'm
Will
then
not
going
do
to
in
take
future.
that was 20, perfect. Do I have a line of sight of both those dudes to the right? Like in a row?
Yep. Pretty much. I mean, there's crenellation there. This one at top might have half cover due to it.
Half cover? Alright.
Yeah.
We don't know
Carol,
their armor
GBD.
class yet, do we?
What?
Carol, GBD.
Asking to the party, we don't know the armor class of them yet, do we?
Not really, no.
I
Who?
don't think so. Low? Okay.
Low. Low.
Alright, no worries in that case, and I'm going to Javelin of Lightning, and I forget, does the person I hit with the Javelin have to be in front or behind to get lightning?
Behind.
With them? Behind?
Behind.
Okay,
So you'd,
I will-
you'd be aiming for the one further back.
You'd be
Perfect.
aiming for Jimmy D, I think? Or is that Carol?
That's Jimmy D.
That's Jimmy D. So
Alright.
just aim for Jimmy D.
This is a nightmare.
So,
That'll
It's not-
definitely hit.
yep, I believe that kills him. Just outright, right?
Nope. 10 piercing, 10 lightning.
20?
He's still barely hanging on.
Okay. Well,
And the
shit.
other guy has a dexterity saving throw to make.
20 doesn't
Yeah,
take him out?
no.
Alright.
It's close,
One.
but not quite.
Lightning. Okay,
Alright,
I was
9 on
gonna
him.
say this anyways. Am I able to say it even though you already said it survived? I was gonna put on a superiority dice if that's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright. 4 extra damage.
4 extra damage and a
Oh, and my
wisdom
attack shouldn't
saving
do any
throw.
damage. Yeah. Okay, still 28. Okay.
After
He's
the first,
frightened.
after the first names, you should give them last names, and then you should give them families that they love and care about, and that they're
Oh,
going
just
to dearly miss them by the time we're done with this.
Oh, it's a full last was 2?
Jimmy D is
No,
still
actually, do it good.
barely- Jimmy D is barely hanging on and terrified out of his boots.
God. Fuck me. Alright, Alright, as a bonus action, I'm going to look at Carol, and I'm going to cast Compel Duel with Mask.
Okay. Which save is that?
Wisdom saving throw, DC something. Hold on. Can I click that? I can't click that. I need to copy and paste it. Hold on. DC something. What's wisdom save?
DC something isn't much help.
Well, you can still roll it. I'll just if it's super low, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Oh,
So-
you never gave me a DC for the mask.
God, why? Damn it.
That's okay.
Alright.
Whatever. It's a 5. They fail.
So he is
Yeah.
under compelled duel.
These guys are gonna die in like 1 second anyway. Both of them.
All right. So that's movement action, bonus action. I don't have a free action I particularly want to use, and I can't heal this turn, so no point doing a second wind. Yeah, that's all.
All right then.
Oh yeah, free action was technically to grab the javelin. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you hear the sound of a bell. Give me a
Ah,
wisdom
no.
saving throw.
Oh, I thought they were doing an alert bell. Okay.
No, this
Um,
is only something only you can hear, Kane.
Yep, wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
Well, fucking opens 20.
Dong.
All right, let's just real quick throw one indelible on that, just
Go
for
ahead.
hoping.
Mhm.
Nope. Okay, cool.
30 necrotic damage, please.
That's a big ouchie, bro.
Have we ever run into a situation where the Indomitable is actually worse, like for the worse? Because I know there's some saves where it's like if you fail them by more than 5.
The only one that I think that happened once to Angle in Vampires.
Yes, I think there was.
I got one
Elaris.
shot.
your
Alaris,
turn.
fucking drop this concentration, ignore everyone else.
Oh, will do. I'm gonna kill both of these in one go first.
What did I just say, motherfucker?
I'm going to shoot. Yeah, well, shoot,
You are the
shoot
only
Alaris.
person. You are the only person who can hit Alaris.
Shoot Alaris
Just
now.
shoot him.
I'll shoot Alaris. I'll shoot Alaris.
We mean this in the best way. Shoot yourself.
Shoot yourself. Yes, I will do that, and I will. Yeah, Devil Sight.
Yeah, shoot your pale husk.
All right, that will definitely hit.
I
Alright,
see
like-
you.
Shoot your
You
twin
can-
brother like a soap opera.
Yeah.
1.
Okay, that's a pretty good one.
All right, that's a concentration check. He took 21, halved. It's
DC
still going to
20.
be
Or 20,
20.
11 technically.
DC 10.
Oh, is it-
round up.
It's rounded up, I think.
Round up to, yeah, I'll round it up to
11.
I think
11.
concentration's always rounded up.
He can't fail.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Shit. So, maybe smite that motherfucker.
So
Man.
the first shot sinks into him, and you see
you
the
were the only
shadowy
person who
form.
could do enough damage
Oh
to.
wait, he didn't take that much damage because he's still in his shadowy form. So
That's
yeah,
right.
no concentration drop.
Yep. So
Mother-
Alaris,
Fucker. Alright.
please.
And-
I'm not gonna
Fine.
tell you exactly what to do, but just a lot of damage, please.
Fine, I'm trying, but I can't hit this motherfucker with
You're the
sharpshooter
only-
because
You were the only person who could do this motherfucker.
Okay, okay. Also, they're like, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what to do. You are.
No, just hit him. Not gonna say what like abilities or anything. Just hit him, please.
You are so transparent.
Fuck it. I don't care anymore. This guy is dying now.
Nice.
Definitely
I'm
hit.
smiting this.
Okay, go ahead.
5d8.
Yep. Is it 5d8 necrotic?
Yep. Force.
Force? Sweet.
Force. Okay.
Well, I'm a level 5 caster, 1d8 for plus another for each level spell slot. So
Is
be
it force
60?
damage?
Force damage, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead
Would it
and
be
roll
5 or
those, please.
68?
What?
Deal an extra d8.
Hold on.
plus
I'll
an-
pull up the sheet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm not understanding what the question is. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Alternative. Nope.
Plus another 1d8 per level of the spell slot.
Okay,
Oh,
you've
that's
got a
60.
5th level spell slot, so
So 6?
it should be
Six.
5.
Oh,
Oh,
it's on
6.
my
Yes,
copy order.
68. Extra
68.
per extra per spell slot? Like you just hold on.
Yeah, plus another per
It's
spell slot.
it's the same
1d8.
way as a paladin smite, so it's 68.
Yeah.
Hold on. But a
It's other-
paladin
it-
smite has a first level minimum, which means
Yeah,
that's
which
1d8
it-
for level 1.
Yeah,
It's,
paladin smite is 2d8 per level 1.
Yes, but
1d8 force damage
oh,
plus another 1d8 per level spell slot. Yeah, 68.
where is it?
Eldritch
Eldritch
smite bottom. Or second to the bottom.
Okay, got it. Yes. Yeah, now I understand. 68. Go for it.
29. So plus halved piercing, which is 8, plus half necrotic, which is 3, so 11 plus 29 is 40. So DC 20 concentration check.
Not quite. He took the 9 piercing, but he only took 1 necrotic.
1 necrotic? Sorry, in that case DC 18.
Yeah.
No,
However,
DC
that's
19,
some-
sorry.
Hefty
Oh, there's-
force damage.
There isn't anything I can do to knock him from.
DC 19 Constitution saving throw.
Motherfuck.
Alright,
Roll
and
high.
are you choosing to knock him prone, Lars?
Yeah. I can knock him prone. I'll knock him prone. But
Okay.
if he's huge or smaller. Yeah, I can knock him prone. I will knock
Yeah,
him
you can
prone.
knock him prone. He is prone. Anything else
Fuck
on your
you.
turn? Anything else?
Oh my god. Y'all, I almost just shit myself.
Well, I put in my 2 shots. I had my Eldritch Smite. There's nothing else I can really do. So.
All right.
Hear it hurgling.
You see him stand up from his prone position, Elaris. And he looks towards you, and you all hear him say, "That was actually fairly powerful. But that's not going to stand. Sorry about this, but needs must. There is going to be an area that I'm just going to mark out with the ruler because it's not going to matter past this
Started with death,
one
isn't it?
thing. So, we've got here. Oops. Sorry, I need to go to snap to corner. There we go. 30 foot. 30 foot. He cannot get Alsana in this, she's too far away, but he can get the 3 of you.
Hypnotic pattern.
Abby Dalziem's Horrid Wilting.
Ooh, that's not good.
So, Constitution saving throw from each of you.
Resistant to this.
Okay, here's to hoping. I'm gonna
Not gonna
indomitable
make
that.
it. I make it.
You make it.
Oh, thank God, Kane passes.
You make it. Kalda unfortunately does not.
Alda has the plus. Nope.
That's
half
already
anyway.
built in. Yep,
Half
half anyways.
anyways.
Okay. So,
I already resist necrotic, so it's further half.
Quartered.
yep.
Quarter,
So,
So
56
so
divided
57.
by half is going to be
26.
28
Like
for those
14
who do the
damage.
single half. 14 for Alaris, yes.
Yeah.
8. That's that hurt.
Mhm.
Alright. And Alaris is 14 and Cold is 28. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm at 82 health points. Well, just to fancy that. Also, this wouldn't have affected Alsana anyways.
Yeah, he's doing better than I am.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's fair. I would have been immune to it.
And you guys are not gonna like this, but after he does that, he stretches a hand towards, let's say,
Sorry,
Alaris.
before we get too far into things.
Yes.
Technically, that amount of the spell that Alsana cast is dead, isn't it? So all the plants died.
Non-magical.
Good. That's actually a good point.
I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna say that, yeah, if it's within the Alsana cube, it might be magical enough to resist it. So there's some, like, dead hedgery and stuff up here,
Okay.
but there's this sharp line where Alsana's spell is in effect. So we'll just go with that. Alright. After doing that, he is going to stretch a hand towards Elaris, seeing that you did not take as much damage as he wanted. And he is going to... Let me just double check that. Yeah. He casts Ray of Frost at you. Bloody hell.
Oh shit.
Elaris! Yeah, 34 cold damage.
Yeah, okay.
What are the odds you ever drank that potion I told you to drink?
I did.
Did you? You haven't mentioned it.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I might have been muted, but I don't know. I can't remember. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt and say no.
It's the opposite of benefit of doubt, but okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
So-
that'll end his turn,
8.
as he stays within his little bubble of darkness. Kalda. You are up.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, okay. Yeah. Third level, and that just takes off the darkness. Poof. You see him just sort of blinking in the sunlight, still a shadowy being himself.
Oh, by the way, real fast.
Yes.
Moving forward, please, the rest of you remember. Actually, I roll something first. You do still have bless. Yeah, you still have bless.
Ah, yes, on saving throws and so forth.
Yeah, so Calder would have passed the Abbey disease.
Potentially. Did you roll a... Okay.
Nope, she just rolled the 4.
Yeah. Take back half of that damage then, real quick. That one was recent enough. Let's go with it. Yep. Alright, so you used your action to dispel magic. Are you moving anywhere? Or do you have a bonus action you'd like to use?
Shall I assume it's nothing from Calder? Or...
Okay, you're
Okay.
good. Alsana, it's your turn.
Alright.
Yeah, fair.
One second. I am going to go ahead and cast Yeah, I'm going to cast. That'd be better. Frostbite on Alaris.
Okay.
Not expecting a whole lot.
Alright,
but
that's a
we'll see.
Constitution saving throw. Alright, so saves. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. He's got double advantage on this save.
Yep.
All right.
It's got a really good con modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
I just want there any sort of a disadvantage on him. I can, but all right. Then bonus action, gonna whip a rock at him.
Go for it.
Understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yep.
He is going to desperately, seeing the rock heading straight for his face, attempt to rapid transplacement with Kane, I think. Are you close enough? 1 second. Yeah, you're just
I
close
am.
enough. Give me a charisma saving throw, please.
DC 21.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Does it-
Alright.
No, you don't have bless.
Roll the critical damage on Kane, please.
Yeah.
As Alaris, very suddenly, Kane is gone, and your mirror
is
is
that
standing
considered
right next
magical
to
or
you.
non-magical?
Non-magical.
Thank fuck.
Yep.
Um,
However, his reaction is now gone.
Didn't he already use his reaction?
His
This
turn came. His turn just ended.
round? Okay.
He didn't use his reaction on anything.
Oh, okay, no, I was scrolled off before a bit. Okay. I mean, I'll give a try on the because she'll probably end her turn there. Give a try on the roots and vines on him, see if he can be restrained.
Alright.
So strength save, DC 19.
Yeah, strength save DC 19. It is magical, so advantage. And he is restrained by the roots and vines.
fantastic.
Have fun.
I am very sad that Kalta is after Alaris, but
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things to be said about this fight.
Mhm.
The luck has not been on our side.
yep. And that'll be all Sona's turn.
Alright. I'm going to say at the end of your turn, he's going to attempt to cast Shocking Grasp on Alaris there at disadvantage due to restraint, and because you're not wearing any metal armor. So, Shocking, oh dear. Alaris, 25 to hit,
Ow!
15 lightning damage, please.
Asshole.
Pretty much.
It's a not very joyful buzzer.
Pretty
I
much.
mean, yeah.
Alright, and the Nightingale
Not doing
Foot
so well,
Soldiers.
guys.
Oh,
This
you're not
one,
doing so well.
this one down here is going to
Significantly
take
worse
aim
than
at
usual.
Kane. 21 to hit.
That's on Kane?
Yeah.
Yep, that hits.
1d8 plus 2. They're doing their best. 9.
Okay, so that's 4 damage.
Are you keeping track?
Okay. This one right here is under compelled duel for Kane. I believe he has to.
I have
believe
left
he
30
has
feet,
to.
so it's no longer in effect.
Okay. Could not remember details. So
Yep, that's
we're
fine.
gonna take that off.
I need to make it a clickable on my sheet, I forgot to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Carol's turn. Carol is going to.
The fact that you can correct yourself is bloody amazing.
It is wonderful. Thank you so much for this time.
Oh no. Ty has been talking about 2 separate people. The first attack was from Copernicus, the second was from Carol. Ty was completely right.
Yeah, Copernicus is down there. Carol is about to take a turn. He has not done so yet. You know what? Elaris is right there.
In regards to such an unfortunate name.
Elaris,
Yep.
10 to hit, does not hit.
No.
And the one up here, just kind of draped across the rampart, is raising trembling hands and kind of propping his crossbow against the stone and trying to shoot at you. I'm going to give him disadvantage just because he is not in good shape. So, Elaris, the lower of these numbers. Thank goodness. 15. Does a 15 hit you, Elaris?
Sorry?
15 hit.
15 hit? Yes.
It could have been a crit, so lucky you. 1d8 plus 2, 3 damage.
Laughable.
Reduced as you
Half to 1.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, the hound is gone. I delete him off. All right, Kane.
All right, Kane is going to jump over the hedge because he has enough strength score. He doesn't have to roll for it.
All right.
And he's going to run directly up to Alaris, take a just flurry of attacks, and hope he hits. And yes, he's aiming for the proper Alaris. Don't worry.
I know. Go for it.
That
Oh,
was
I need,
Alaris' sake.
Well,
I
for
need
now.
to take his.
Wait, no, he
He
didn't
doesn't
do
know
his
it's
transpose
me.
yet.
Yes, he did. He transposed with Kane, so he can't. do that.
Didn't get it back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry.
So,
Advantage.
And all these gonna have superiority. I'm just gonna click them. All three attacks at first. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
So 1. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 at first.
Ow.
Actually, no, I'll do all 3. Okay. 29,
Nice.
21,
Crit.
Hits.
and 26. I don't crit. Who do you think I am? And on all 3 of those, I'm going to have first reposition for Alsana, just if she wants to. It's just for the damage.
Yeah.
Distracting for on Alaris, so give me actually no, don't give me anything. It's just advantage on the attack on next attack against him by someone else, and he still isn't holding any kind of implement to cast a spell.
No, he seems to
Has
be
he not cast a
casting
single
without it.
material component spell?
He has.
What is he using for it then?
You don't know.
His own magical ass.
Directly against what that shit's for.
No,
Okay.
that's not what's happening. I promise there's something happening, but
Yeah, what's happening is he can ignore some of our stuff, like a lot of bosses do.
anyhow,
Well, no, I'm
he's
just hoping he just had like a wand or something so I can disarm it.
okay.
but whatever.
Reposition, distracting.
And third one is going to have a. Actually, this might actually work. Yeah, I'm gonna frighten on him because he is not a warlock, so he doesn't have wisdom. Saving throw.
3.
At least not naturally.
The material components of my ass cheeks keep alerting the guards.
Yeah, basically. And
Alright.
on that last attack, I'm gonna use my Orcish Fury to throw an extra damage dice of D10 on it.
Okay. Interestingly, frighten is not a magical effect.
Nope. I just hit him so fucking hard that it might as well be.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Nope, he's not scared. However, you've got the Orcish Fury, that's another...
DC's 18 anyway, so it wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to do the math for all the damage, or do you already have like your
I've
math?
already got it. I've already got
Okay,
it.
cool.
Because you don't know what the math is.
Yeah, no, Ara wants to succeed, Ty.
Yeah. No!
Cool.
You're chewing through him, you really are. He is starting to look raggedy
Yeah, and
around
the-
the shadow edges. He really has been.
And,
And this boy's beef jerky.
And I'm going to bonus action switch my weapon to a mace rather than the short sword.
Okay.
And that is going to be Kane. As a quick note, that is the end of my no longer being healed at the end of my turn.
Alright. Oh, that would have been at the end of Alaris's turn, not yours.
Oh, I thought
Sorry.
it was the end of mine. Oh well.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Sorry, no. Anyhow, at the end of your turn, he's going to take a disadvantage, shocking grasp at you, Kane.
Please do.
17 to hit.
A 17 will hit, and as that... Actually, let me check if that takes a reaction first. Hold on.
Okay.
Just gotta check something. Where's my Orcish Fury? Orcish Fury. It takes a reaction. God damn it. Really? Fuck me. Okay, well, Kane Relentless Endurance is at 1 HP. So he drops to 0 and then chooses not to.
Okay.
Yo,
Whoops, I did not
hey,
mean to do that.
remember when I said Alaris had nothing on how much damage Kane's taken? Yeah.
Alaris, it's your turn.
Make that
Oh,
more
yeah.
clear, please.
He
Please.
wavers on his feet, his eyes cross, and then he shakes it off, but he's looking bad. What do you want to do?
Okay. He is very close, but it doesn't matter.
You have
I-
to remember, next attack has advantage on him.
Huh?
Next attack on him has advantage.
Yep. I know.
An
It doesn't matter
advantage
that
for
I am 5
restraint.
feet because I am a crossbow expert and I will be using sharpshooter for this because
Alright.
it has advantage.
Double advantage.
Double
He's also
advantage.
restrained.
Yep.
It's also restrained. Yes. Very nice.
Go for it. Definitely hits.
Very well. Very well.
Okay. Next one has it.
Um,
I'll probably smite that. That's a good place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Put the roll in.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Put all my
14
ducks
HP.
in this basket.
Go for it.
36 additional damage.
Yeah, 36. He does not seem to be shrugging off force damage the way he is shrugging off so much else. This actually
He
kind of
sucks.
rips a hole into him. He's still up, but he's looking really bad. Orky damage.
Yeah, he is taking
Never
exclusively orky
underestimate.
damage this turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the man does not like force damage. Interesting.
hmm
Yep, you got one left, one attack left.
Got one attack left. Could I use this? No, I couldn't use this attack to. Yeah. Okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna.
the Eldritch Blast is an action.
Yeah. Okay. This is still advantage because he's restrained.
Yep.
Perfect. Lovely. Ah. Damn it.
Bless.
Okay.
Bless.
Bless.
You've got
yes.
bless.
Actually, hold on. Let me Constitution save. Yeah, you have bless.
Okay, yeah, with bless, you are definitely gonna hit. So, okay. Another one of those. Good, good.
Is this
Okay.
bitch still alive?
He is.
What the fuck, yo?
He's been resisting a lot.
I know. Oh.
If I'm one of the resilient ones in this party,
No, just my god, we've been focus firing. Damn, okay.
Mhm.
yeah. Also,
Alright.
he's one of the 4 final ones since we have to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I just wish you didn't take all my fucking reactions away. I would have been so much happier if you hadn't.
Believe it or not, the Elite Four are pretty high level.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I usually stomp you it for. Let's be honest. At this point in Pokemon,
That's because you know how the Elite Four
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
We've never
also-
met these-
Alright,
I
are
know how
you,
D&D
are you
works.
finished?
Anyways.
Alaris,
You know how
you done?
D&D works. You know how these 4 bosses work.
Might
This is
be,
like facing the Elite Four for the first time.
Alaris,
Yeah.
you good?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
good.
Also, you're not allowed to grind levels.
I mean, isn't that basically what the shrines are?
We had a
Sort of.
limited grind time.
Nuzlocke run.
Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Do your worst.
He's
you.
gonna use his bonus action to teleport out
Motherfucker, I knew it.
of the restraint and into the shadow of the archway. He's not on top of the wall, he is under the arch, just for clarity's sake down there. Okay?
Yep.
With that, you see him lift up both hands, clasped together, with the fingers touching. And then he spreads them apart, pointing one at Calda and one at Alaris. And you see a single spell form and fire off between the two of you. As he casts Chaos Bolt at, let's say, 5th level.
Fucking knew it. Ah, I knew that's what class he was.
So
Okay.
this one is at Calda. 28 to hit. The first number, ignore the first number, that is which bolts there are. So, a Thunder and a Psychic. And he chooses one. And he's gonna go with Psychic on you. So 16 Psychic damage on you.
Is that Cola down?
How's Calda doing? On
Okay.
Alaris. 28 to hit. 2 and a 4. He's got a choice of cold or he's going to use force damage on you because poetic justice in his eyes. 17 force damage, Alaris.
This guy's a real punk bitch for a poet.
Mm.
Actually, all the poets met in D&D sucked.
Alright. And with that, he's going to basically withdraw just a little bit further into the archway underneath there, but not too far. He seems to be breathing heavily and holding himself against the wall. He seems to be fumbling in his robes for something, but you're not sure what. Calda, it's your turn.
You know what? Perfectly valid. I
Alright.
love that that's called his battle cry.
Give him a bad day. Go for it.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Do it, bitch!
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I got to do some math.
I don't think you need to. I think you know the answer to this problem.
No, it's possible. Hold on. 1 second. So that's clear that.
Yes.
Plus, I need to check and make sure he doesn't resist that. He does not. However, that is going to be a
Oh, probably give us a second.
a one of
Divine Smite.
those. Yes, roll that divine smite again. Oh, that's gonna be the fun part. And then the radiant damage, which is not resisted.
So that's 42 additional radiant damage unless it's halved.
72 points of damage on the one attack, counting the things that he resisted, such as slashing and thunder.
And
How do
disadvantage
you
on
want to
all
do
the-
this?
Yeah, there we go. Jesus Christ, Calder.
I mean, we know cults can be kill-shotting pretty much everyone, right?
I hope so.
With that kind of burst damage, there's no way you don't.
Although, why do you love to jinx our shit, you motherfucker?
Nee.
You haven't even taken damage as combat.
Yes, I have.
Okay, you've taken negligible damage as combat.
I'm decently down.
I'm on 1 HP. Alaris is below 50, and Calda is like close to dead.
Give me my round.
You've got 3 foot soldiers to take care of, by the way.
I know.
But
It's gonna
they're not
hurt.
going to be too much trouble.
Through the stomach.
Through the
over to-
stomach, flip them over. Flip them past the archway, so it's just a corpse flying out from the archway.
Oh, that's so good.
So,
That's a
just
really good.
boom,
How do you want to do
thwomp,
this?
thwomp, thwomp. And he rolls about 15 feet because it's called doing the catapulting.
Take him with you.
Oh, I plan to. Stuffing him in the bag of holding in a second.
And you hear from from Carol.
But then
Oh,
I wanna-
oh gods!
Before he like dies, hopefully that he's like still somewhat
Yep.
conscious before he bleeds out inevitably. I want to draw my disguise and be like, "We're coming." For
You drop your
gang."
disguise and you say what?
You're
There
cutting
was
out,
a
John.
lot of static, John.
Sorry,
There
You
was
said-
static.
I hate this.
You
We
drop your
heard-
disguise and you say
We're coming for the rest of them.
there
Okay.
is a gurgle as he just breathes out his last.
That is John explodes.
However, it is Calder, you have one more attack and some maybe some movement if you can use it on
I had to
anything.
drag my microphone for a second.
Okay.
Is it okay? Is it...
Yeah, we got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's too dead to remember, so it's fine. I just say he's a disgrace and then just shove him into Kane's bag of holding.
Hold on, we still got that.
You're still in initiative, so 1 second.
Oh yeah. Shit.
There we go.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry, Carol. Carol Mask.
So as Carol screams, "Oh God!" Suddenly there is a halfling.
I like
right
to
by
imagine
his
Calda
knees.
is like. No, I imagine. I want to at least imagine Calda like appears like a good like 6 feet in the air with the sword like raised.
Hi.
Yo, what's up?
So,
Oh damn.
Bless.
Bless.
Yeah, that hits, and
Okay.
that's enough. He's dead.
Yeah, Carol took damage. Shit. Okay.
Turn to Jimmy D. Jimmy D is staring down at you with wide eyes and trembling hands. Mm-hmm.
That is all.
Alsana.
He's already frightened. He's
No, he's no longer frightened.
Yes, he is.
He should be frightened.
Condition
I
no.
mean-
In reality, yes.
He
Yeah.
shit
Yeah,
his pants.
Pretty much.
All right.
Jimmy D's shit his pants by now.
Gonna go ahead
Multiple
and.
times over.
He dropped a Jimmy Dookie.
Yeah.
Mask your wounds.
But also,
Oh,
nope.
God.
All right.
16 ice on everyone.
Yep.
Can you reach Calder?
I can move over slightly.
You're gonna have to.
No, I choose the point, and it goes 30 feet
Oh,
from
you
there.
just went?
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'll move over slightly.
Jimmy Doo. That's a good one.
So, action to mask your wounds. Bonus action?
Throw a rocket. No, Jimmy D's out of the range.
Yeah.
He's
a good
he's
one.
in.
Oh no, that guy.
Yeah,
That
Jimmy
guy.
D's. Yeah,
Copernicus.
Jimmy D
Yes.
is fucked.
I,
Fuck up Copernicus.
I'm not scrolled down enough to see Copernicus.
You
Omen,
gotta kill
zoom in.
I'm gonna shoot Copernicus. It's fine.
Copernicus has
good
been
zoom out.
untouched this entire fight.
Let's
I'm
fix
going
that.
to kill Copernicus. I'm just gonna
That hits.
All right,
Get his ass.
Copernicus.
Get his ass.
14.
Ooh,
give
Just do it.
Give it a second.
just do it.
He's still up.
Yeah, I'm looking
No,
at my
hold on.
numbers. Give me a second.
Just
Okay.
do it.
Let's.
You're gonna harvest.
Just do it.
Yeah. Shot Copernicus. Just no scope Copernicus right now.
Reap his soul with a brick, please.
She stabbed Copernicus with a brick. Do you know how much force it takes to stab someone?
What
You're
the
you're
hell
grim
is
reaper.
that?
That's 6 harvest sized.
Okay, did you want to turn him into a smear on the wall? Because you just did.
Yeah.
From the ground arises the apparition of a grim reaper, and he does and he picks up a rock and does a full baseball throw,
Nice. I love it.
like leg in the air.
We got the Grim Mason.
Him.
He does
With
the
a
arms
brick.
circle
Yep.
and then the throw. Yep.
You know when like Mario
And I
Tennis, where they hit the
atomize this
ball and
man.
it turns into a like nuke.
God.
Yeah. To reference before, I was not displeased with killing the guards. I was surprised that we were cutting them in half right away.
Oh, no, fuck.
All right. End of your turn.
Hold on, who
Yeah.
gets the healing from that?
Yeah, you get healing from that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I do. That'll.
I see. Honestly,
Oh my god.
Well,
Can't
it's
find
within within a certain range for me. I'm trying to remember what the range is.
30.
I can see within 30 feet of me.
I think is anyone in range of that?
You get it, Kane.
Oh, yeah, fuck all the rest for that. So 3. How much HP is it?
It is
Three?
2 points per dice spent, so you get 12.
Fuck yes.
Nice.
Unless Copernicus was undead secretly.
I mean,
No.
after the fact.
He's very, very dead now, and he was very alive before. At this, Jimmy D, the crossbow tumbles out of his fingers and clatters on the ground next to your feet, Calda. And you see him put his hands up, and then he just, with a little whimper, sinks down behind the crenellations. You can only
Oh.
see his hands peeking up above.
Damn it. Fucking bastard.
As basically combat is over at this point. If you choose to do anything with him, that's up to you. But
Can I just say Kane immediately scoops up Alaris and the 2 guards next to him into the bag holding?
if you would like to cram corpses into your bag of holding, you may do so.
We have a lot of problems. Effective storage is not one of them.
and one of them is a necromancer. So
Yes.
Okay.
So, let's get the fuck out of here.
Isn't this person still? Okay.
No, just grab them, take them with them, stick them in the bag of holding. They'll survive for a few minutes. They'll be fine.
okay, word.
They're not, but like
No, 'cause they can breathe for a few minutes. They'll be okay. Like, no, sorry, they can hold their breath for a few minutes.
I just
They
turned the
won't.
dude's upper torso into a fine red mist with the Grim Reaper baseball, but we have
I
standards.
want him alive. I want him alive to question, not to keep alive.
I don't think.
By the way, at this point, on the other side of the garden, stumbling up to the archway, you see, what were their names?
Elson.
Dawn and Jason and Dan.
Oh,
Jason and Dan
and
stumble up
Even just for
and
show,
look at the carnage.
Kane with the bloody, flaming sword in one hand is sprinting towards them.
I almost want to say that it was just as you were shoving Ilaris's body into the bag. And then you'll look over, and it's just frozen for an instant in this.
I mean, here's the thing.
Terrifying tableau.
Technically, if it's on my same turn,
Mhm.
I can
Yep.
do this at will.
You finish
At both
that,
of them.
you scoop the sword, you run, they scream, turn tail, and start sprinting.
Kane starts running in the other direction. Get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go. Alsana is going to.
On the way out.
Yeah,
Kane is
Alsana
just gonna do this.
is going to.
Quick.
I assume second one.
Yeah.
Alsana is going to hop on the broom and try to and just float up a bit as like in the direction they're running, trying to find a tree.
Okay, you float up a bit, and give me a quick perception check.
Sure thing.
Calder, if you'd like Mori to do one as well, you can do so. You know what Alsana's looking for.
28.
Jesus. Damn. Oh, Maury.
Oh, Mori.
Just in case. 29.
All right.
It was both my guns.
Mori starts to fly up, but just then Alsana goes, "Ah, there!" And so Mori flies back down, knowing the job was done. He's sleepy.
He's kind of wanted to.
He's
Oh, yeah,
been up all
daytime.
day.
Mhm.
He's been up all day, and it's getting close to
Stab the
bedtime.
guy with a brick.
Alsana, you see a tree that'll suit your needs. It's just down the slope a little bit outside the walls, but you can get through them and over them just fine with your broom, with your various climb speeds. It slows you down a little bit for some of them, but you're able to get out.
Let's go.
You
Yeah,
tree,
let's
you
get
run
outta
towards
here.
it. Cast a spell, where are you going?
Well, actually, she'll stop in the tree. It's like, back to deep thicket.
Don't care. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes or
Fucking
no?
Somewhere. Bring us. Yeah, deep thicket. Fine. So
Okay.
we'll hide somewhere.
Yep. And open deep thicket.
Just as you open the
I can't wait
tunnel,
for
you
fire.
start to hear the slow, long toll of an alarm bell. Dong, dong, and then you run through. The tree closes behind you, and you are away free. And that is where we're gonna go ahead and end tonight's session.
Small
This is
aside, so I remember it now.
hmm
Also, I was gonna ask Kane to pull Alaris's head out of the bag and gonna jam a dusk bell in there.
For next
Okay.
time.
Yep.
All right.
We'll make a soup of dusk bells if you need to. Like,
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just because I wouldn't be surprised if I forgot to mention it later. Also, I was at least gonna have to work for this.
Okay. So,
Until
call it
next
done
time.
there. Till next time.